Bang, we are live here. We've got KSI fighting twice on this card, once against a fellow YouTuber, once against a boxer. Professional boxer, I've seen the quotations, not a unbelievable professional boxer, yet still a professional boxer. He's going to fight a professional boxer before Jake Paul does. He's going to fight twice in one night. A bunch of other YouTube stars all over this card. Should be pretty fun here. Not your typical, regular boxing match, but it's a fun event. It's a bit of circus fights here. The O2 Arena, KSI is huge over in England, so the fans should be rowdy. It should be a fun, action-packed day of boxing here. Adam Kaplan will be joining me soon. Oh yeah, what up, Jordan? How we doing, Jordan? You fired up for some KSI action today? We got him fighting twice versus Swarmz, and then the professional boxer from Mexico. So we're live from London in the United Kingdom here. The production looks great for this one. I love the colors they use, the light blue and the pink, really popping, catching the eye here. Hell yeah, Jordan. Jordan's doing good, relaxing. You get in one last night, Jordan? What is up, Danny H? How we doing today? Excited for some KSI boxing? Do we think KSI goes 2-0 tonight? Hasn't quite started yet, Tony. They're still talking. It should be underway somewhat shortly here. I'm good, Danny. I'm good. Tired. Had a good one last night. There we go. Enjoying yourself. It's the weekend. Mancuso is not with us today. Mancuso's at a birthday party. So Adam Kaplan will be joining me. I'm sure the Discord should have a link in there. Eventually, someone will probably throw it in. Yeah, the Discord's always good for that. I don't think I have the Discord link. Hold on. Let me get Mancus to send me that. Yeah, this should be fun. Not a lot of experienced boxers on the card, but definitely some fights that people want to see. And KSI fighting twice. You can't beat that. You would beat Swarmz. I haven't seen Swarmz box before, so I'm not sure what to expect. But I haven't heard great things. I'm definitely more excited for the second KSI fight of the night. But what a great marketing strategy by KSI. Be the first fight on your card and the last. So he opens up the card and then he finishes the card, getting everybody here, getting everybody excited. I think that's a great marketing strategy, personally. The show should start soon. They're just talking right now, getting us all hyped up for the bouts. You're saying I would beat Swarmz? Hey, maybe I'm next. I would definitely take that paycheck to box Swarmz in there. Absolutely. Do a live stream. Oh, they got into it at the face-off there, KSI and Swarmz. Then the face-off with the boxer was a little bit more respectful, it looks like. KSI talking some shit, but the boxer not doing too much. KSI definitely feeling himself in this one. What is up, Matt? How we doing? We excited for some YouTube boxing today. Get all fired up for it. Hell yeah. Always good to see people returning in the chat. Love to see it. Hey, man, Pete's or rollers, no stones. I would like to see KSI get the chance versus Jake Paul. I think Jake Paul would beat KSI, but it's a more exciting fight than some of the fights that Jake Paul's been taking. I'm sure we're going to see KSI call him out if he's able to pick up the 2 wins. He'll be talking all that shit that he beat a real boxer before Jake did. That's the whole purpose of this event here. I'm surprised that after Jake Paul's fight fell out, we didn't see Jake Paul get on this card. The production here is great. They got all the bright lights. The O2 Arena looks packed. People are definitely still coming in, but it's filling up pretty quickly. I think this will be a full house. I think Jake would beat KSI, to be honest. Adam Kaplan is more of the expert. He'll be here shortly with us. Hasn't started quite yet, Lewis. They're still talking. KSI will start the card versus Swarmz, and he'll also finish the card versus the professional boxer there. Oh, and there we go. Mancuso's sending me over the Discord link. So if you want to talk the fights, try to find the live stream, the Discord is the place to do it. Great fight community over there. Always sharing streams, sharing everything, sharing their opinions on the fights. It all goes down in that Discord link. So make sure you're subscribing to the Discord. And if you're watching on YouTube or Facebook, either hit that follow, hit that subscribe. Not sipping on anything yet, Matt. Probably will. I'll probably go grab a drink the first break we take. But nothing yet. I do have a Mountain Dew next to me. I'm eyeing it and thinking about it, but no liquor quite yet. And KSI looks like he's getting ready to make the walk. I don't know. Swarmz looks pretty big. Looks like he might have a bit of a size advantage on KSI, but we all know KSI can actually box pretty well. We saw him versus Logan Paul, the not the stronger boxer of the 2 Pauls. Oh, you got that proper 12 Irish whiskey, Matt. There we go. There we go. Sipping on that proper 12. I don't see it happening quite yet. They're still talking on my screen. I don't know if you're in the future, Tony. I don't know if you're in the future. Make sure you're giving me those bets. What fight are you guys more excited for? I'm sure it's one of the 2 KSI fights. Do we want to see the fight versus Swarmz, or do we want to see the KSI versus the boxer more? Which one are we all more excited for, everybody? Hell yeah, Tony. Yeah, they're talking right now. People are criticizing it, calling it a circus fight, but there is a full stadium. There's a full stadium. There's a lot of people around the world that are tuning in for this fight that definitely care. So you can criticize all you want, but people are excited for it. Sorry, Steve-O. They'll shut me right down. So Swarmz is only a 3-round boxing match. So it's 3 minutes of 3 rounds. Seems a little quick for me. I'd at least like to see 4 rounds, maybe. I'm Jack, Tony. And Chris Mancuso is usually with me, but he's not with me today. He's at a birthday party. Adam Kaplan, the play-by-play voice of Front Row Fight Club, will be in here with me. So you're going to have the full Front Row Fight Club commentating team on this one. Is the pro boxer also 3 rounds? I don't love that. I would have loved to see him do more rounds than, or just fight one of them and do more than 3 rounds. 3 rounds is kind of stupid. So they got boxers on the broadcasting team that are suggesting that KSI takes a nap in between his two fights. I don't know about that. I don't know. Would you fight one fight and then go take a nap? I feel like that would get me right out of my rhythm. I'd probably just stay loose backstage, maybe do some sparring every couple hours. Yeah, and Deji is also on the card. His YouTube boxing career has not gone well at all. Props to him for getting back in there, but it's been a rocky road so far for him. Yeah, about a 3 hour break between fights, which is a long time. I'd probably wait in maybe 2 hours and then start warming up again. I don't think I would take a nap in that 2 hours, though. I don't know. Sometimes you take a nap and you wake up and you're not feeling it. Definitely would not go the nap route. There's big pressure on KSI too, because if he does lose to this, what is it, a 2-4 boxer, or what if he loses the first fight? How's he gonna go fight the boxer after he loses the first fight? He's got to feel some pressure in this first fight, regardless of how good the guy is. If he loses, this whole night could be pretty ruined here. I don't know. What if Swarmz knocks him out? Does then Swarmz go and fight the boxer? I don't know. It's going to be interesting here. I think KSI handles it pretty easily in that first one. If Swarmz gets it, man, game over. Swarmz looks like the bigger man. I wonder how he can deliver that punch if he's got that knockout power. Yeah, so I mean, I think there's got to be an element of pressure in that first fight. I mean, the whole event's riding on him winning that first bout because he's got a second bout at the end of the card, which is his bout where he's trying to, kind of rub Jake Paul's face in some dog shit and say he beat a boxer before he did. Is Eddie Hearn in the building tonight? Here we go. They're taking their first commercial break. So hopefully we'll be back and we'll be boxing after the break here. I'm definitely excited for these rounds of fights here. We get the basically the main event, what was billed as the main event before KSI decided to take the boxer. That's going to be the first fight of the card. Basically, we're starting with the co-main event and we're finishing with the main event. Some interesting marketing, and I kind of like it from KSI. It's a smart way to get people into the card at the beginning and have them watch all the way through to the end. Brilliant marketing mind of KSI, in my personal opinion. Swarmz has a street mind, not a boxing mind. We'll see. He looks scrappy. He definitely was not afraid of KSI in the stare downs. Where KSI has been training boxing for a long time. I think he's definitely going to be the more technical fighter in this one. And KSI's got a lot to build for. He's looking to have some bigger boxing matches down the road. He had that two fights with Logan Paul to start off his YouTube boxing career and really blew up on the scene of YouTube boxing. I mean, when you think of YouTube boxing, you kind of go to Logan and KSI. Jake Paul followed, and he's been taking it over right now. But KSI is looking to take some of that spotlight back from Jake Paul. I eventually think those two have to meet in the boxing ring down the road here. I mean, that would be a gigantic YouTube boxing match. So, Matt, you think KSI is going to knock him out? 3 rounds isn't a lot of time, but you don't have to worry about a gas tank. If you can't go 3 rounds, 3 minutes boxing, you're not in good enough shape to be a YouTube boxer. I mean, you only got to go 9 minutes with a minute break. 2 minute breaks because you got a break between the first round and a break between the second round. From the press conference, it kind of seemed like he looks a little nervous to take on KSI. I would put KSI as the favorite in both of these matchups. I think KSI looks a little bit more confident. Is he still fighting with headgear? I hope not. I hope there's no headgear in this one. We'll see, but I would assume it's going on with no headgear. I mean, Jake Paul ain't fighting with headgear. You can't fight with headgear if you're KSI. I would assume that with Jake Paul not fighting with headgear, KSI will not fight with headgear either. And they're interviewing Swarmz backstage right now. He looks pretty calm. He doesn't look like he's feeling the moment at all. I don't know. This might be a little bit more dangerous of a fight for KSI than he thought it was going to be. We'll see here. I would hope they're not wearing headgear. They won't. I don't think they'll be wearing headgear. I'm not really worried about headgear being on in this fight. I think this will be a legitimate boxing matchup here. Not so legitimate of fighters in the boxing match, but I think the rules will be very legitimate. Although the 3 rounds I don't know. That rubs me the wrong way a little bit. That's too short. I wish they did 4 to 6, somewhere between 4 and 6. I get that he's doing it twice, so you can't have 2 12-round or 2 10-round boxing matches, but 3 rounds is a little light. 2 fights split between 2 sets, more like a tennis match. I feel you there. I'm not really disagreeing with you there, Tony. So who would you like to see KSI fight next if he does get through these 2 opponents today? Eddie knows what's up. Should have made it 6 rounds. I agree with you, Eddie. I mean, he's got a 3-hour break in between. Matt wants to see Jake next. Tony wants to see Jake next. I want to see Jake next. I wanted to see Jake on this card. I don't know why they didn't do this now. Tyron Woodley. Okay. That's a good answer, too. Tyron Woodley, a guy that Jake beat. If KSI beats him, too, then you really build up the Jake Paul versus KSI fight. Eddie's got that marketing mindset. It's not a bad idea, Eddie. I just think Jake Paul versus KSI really sells. The crowd is electric right off the bat here, which is smart by KSI to put himself as the first fight. So the crowd is already filled. So all of these fighters, even the prelim guys, will be fighting in front of a real full crowd. Conor McGregor versus Jake Paul. I think Conor would do very very well in that. I think Jake would bite off a little more than he can chew if he tried to take on the Notorious. I don't know though. What do you guys think? You think Jake Paul could beat Conor McGregor? I don't see it, but it's up for debate. And someone on the broadcast here is saying that you do have to worry when you're on a card like this because if you lose, you can become a meme and that meme stays with you forever. That is exactly the type of people that are watching this fight, the people that love to meme you to death if you fuck up. So, and we have the voice in your ears, Adam Kaplan, joining us now. Let's get Adam in here. There we go, Adam.
What up, my dude?
How are we doing?
Good. What's cracking with you?
Not much. You excited for this one?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, actually. I really am.
You think that the first fight of the night, KSI versus Swarmz, you think that's an easy fight for KSI?
Yeah.
Have you seen Swarmz box before or no?
No, I have not, but I know that he's like pretty new to the game.
Yeah, I don't know too much about him. He seemed very calm in the pre-fight interviews.
We'll see. I just need to fix one or two things with my setup. I'm gonna have to jump out for a moment.
You got it. Well, we'll have Adam right back. Eubanks is I hope he's on the commentary team too. He's talking right now. Would be fun to hear from a very legitimate boxer during these bouts. Yo, what up, Tony? I think we might have one more guest coming in, Tony. So I'm not sure we got the room, but we'll see. And now KSI. Oh no, that's Wade Plemons. He's feeling really confident. They got the KSI and Logan Paul. What is it? Energy drink. Yeah, the shit talking is really going on in this one. That's one thing you see in YouTube boxing a lot more than regular boxing is the disrespect and the shit talk. Matt, you think Conor McGregor would kick the shit out of Jake Paul? I think Conor would handle Jake Paul pretty easily. I don't think that would be a very competitive matchup. Who's Wade Plemons going up against in this one? They got all their nicknames too. I don't even know. Adam's more of the expert on the YouTube boxing scene. Oh, that's KSI. I didn't even know that was his real name. So that was KSI. I thought so. Yeah, KSI seems extremely loose and confident. Yeah, Swarmz, they just showed him sparring backstage, and it doesn't look so hot. I'm taking KSI early in this one. I think KSI is going to have a pretty easy beginning of the night here when he takes on Swarmz. You think Dana White's watching? I doubt it. I don't think Dana White will be watching this one. Gonna be honest. Maybe if Jake was fighting, I think Dana would watch just to see Jake lose. But I don't even know if Dana knows who KSI is. I'm excited for these fights to get underway. Little half hour of filler here though before the card. What are we doing? Telling us it starts at 2. It's almost 2:30. So there's a title on the line here with KSI and Swarmz. So they just said that Swarmz has a better chance at winning the lottery on the way to the cage ring than he does winning the fight. They just showed Swarmz warming up backstage. Adam,
How does he look?
Look good.
Nope.
It looked absolutely terrible. I would definitely take Adam Kaplan against Swarmz.
Thank you, sir.
All my
Appreciate
money
that.
down on Adam.
Appreciate that. Are we opening? Could we see the chat in this or no?
Yeah, you should be able to. It should be on the right side of the screen.
Oh, comments. Okay, cool.
Yep.
I got my Conan O'Brien on right now. I had to take a quick shower, I guess.
Oh, there you go.
All right, we'll see how this one goes.
They're putting a lot of titles on the line here in this YouTube boxing.
Well, I like that they're doing that because it's showing that they're going to have reoccurring events, and they needed to establish it somehow. I mean, similar to what Front Row Fight Club or Tarps Off Fight Club was going to do right off the bat, was get those champions in so that they could build a clear path and like a clear promotion to put these events on. So I actually like that idea.
Yeah.
Whether or not these particular YouTubers are the correct ones is yet to be seen.
Well, exactly, but that'll sort itself out.
Yeah, but there are, different divisions of these YouTube boxers. I mean, like you have the ones in England that KSI is putting on, then you have the Creator Clash, then you have the Jake Pauls and the Logan Pauls doing their own thing. It's interesting how they're not necessarily crossing over. They're equally staying in their own lanes.
Yeah, I think eventually, if they really want to go to the next level, they will have to do some crossover stuff. But you see that all the time in boxing. You see that a lot more in boxing than you do mixed martial arts.
I agree with that. Speaking of mixed martial arts, what did you think about One Championship?
I thought that was a terrific event. My boy Adriano Moraes lost the belt, but he's going to get a shot in a trilogy. What a knee from Mighty Mouse. I mean, that was a spectacular fight to watch, no matter who you were going for. And I can't wait to see the trilogy. I mean, they're 1-1. They both ended it with knees. I'm excited for that fight, but I think Adrian Moraes is probably going to need some time off after that. So maybe DJ goes and gets one more fight in between then.
Right.
We'll see. I mean, we got a lot of guys that won championship signing, so you never know who they could sign even in between that time. Now RoboCop coming in, and he's going to be a bantamweight in One Championship, and he wants to compete in kickboxing, Muay Thai, and mixed martial arts. So they've got some exciting things on the menu there in One Championship, and I'm very excited. They've announced the One on Prime 2 card, which looks absolutely stacked, but they have not announced the 3, 4, 5, or 6 yet. So really excited to see what they have in the pipeline over there.
Where was the Mighty Mouse event?
Singapore? That was in the Singapore Indoor Stadium, yep.
Okay, so the Amazon events will not be in the United States?
Not as of yet.
Okay. And is RoboCop Gregory Rodriguez?
What is his name? I always call him RoboCop.
No, he's in the UFC, RoboCop.
Soldic. What is his first name? Roberto Soldic.
Oh, of course. Andy from the Drew Experience, I believe, interviewed him. He was training at TriStar for a bit.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what he brings to the division. That's a huge.
He was the KSW champion.
Yes.
Yeah. This guy's a legend. He's a beast.
Yeah, now he's looking to go a little bit down in weight. So, which
Tony Thompson says, "You two in a boxing match, who wins? Jack wins."
I don't know about that. I think Adam might have me in the hand speed. I don't know if we'd be in the same weight class though. Adam's definitely a lot taller than me.
Call in Wayne Campbell. I'll take Jack over Adam.
I don't know about that. There's a serious reach disadvantage here. Do I get a ladder?
What about me versus any broadcaster right now? That's Matt Baker. I don't know what Matt Baker's attributes are.
You can take on Joe Rogan in Taekwondo. He's only a world champ. You got him.
Your cock is a big enough reach. I think that's where he falls the shortest.
We're already off to start with the comments here. How about a hammer? Yeah, people forget that Joe Rogan actually was brought in to a George St. Pierre fight camp to help him with his kicks. Like, you don't want to fuck with Joe Rogan.
Yeah, Rogan's a beast.
When George St. Pierre is asking him for help, I would be all set on that. You don't want that smoke.
No, Rogan's a monster. He's also a black belt in jiu-jitsu.
Yes.
Yeah, he's an absolute fucking monster. I think the funny thing is about Rogan is that, like, he's suddenly a master at everything that he does. And when he has a lot of people on his podcast, they're also always agreeing with him. Like, you've never seen someone go to Joe and be like, dude, you weren't that good. Like, you were okay, but you weren't that great. You never see that.
That is true.
He's like A1 at everything he does.
Yeah.
Or people are just like so scared of him that they're like, yes, Joe, for sure, Joe.
Well, he does have so much influence.
Coke all day, Tony Thompson.
Yeah, I'd go Coke over Pepsi. Oh, he's got the Coke there.
The Coke Zero.
I got a Mountain Dew. Is that a Pepsi product, though? I think it might be.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, we're finally getting underway here.
All right. Do you watch with volume?
I have a little bit of volume. Michael Buffer announcing these.
Yeah, of course. He loves these, man.
Michael Buffer likes the YouTube boxing?
Dude, his job is the exact same no matter what.
That's true. Oh, we got God Save the Queen.
Mountain Dew, I changed my pick. Mountain Dew Code Red is the shit. Best Mountain Dew of them all.
I actually love Mountain Dew Code Red.
Did you see the one that Action Bronson made with the it's like a spicy Mountain Dew?
I saw it in the store, but I was a little too afraid of it.
Yeah, I would not get that. Thank
KSI
you, Colin, for choosing me. You've completely made my day and boosted my self-esteem.
KSI or Jake?
Jake, all day.
Everyone's going Jake in that one.
Come on. Bro, we'll see how he does right now. You know what I mean? Like, let's not get ahead of ourselves here. There's a reason why he's fighting this guy. He needed like a quick warm-up.
Yeah, he
Bro, Jack, people are really taking this fight seriously. I mean, look, if you don't if enough votes go your way, we might have to throw down in Toronto, man. We're going to do the commentary, and then we'll be the dark match. We'll be the match after the main event.
I really don't like my odds. I think Adam has the better hand speed. He has the reach. I don't really have much going my way. I mean, maybe power, but what's power if you can't actually land the punch? I mean, I actually sparred with my sister one time, and if I connected with her, I definitely would have won, but I couldn't land a single shot because her hands move about 2 million miles an hour.
There you have it.
Really, power doesn't mean anything if you can't actually land a punch.
No.
I will split the winnings if you take a Woodley dive.
If I take a Woodley dive at him, yeah, this is insane, man. This is getting really serious. Jake or KSI underestimating himself. All right, Matt, we get it, Matt. We're colleagues, okay? Relax. Jake or KSI, Tony? Jake all day. What do you think, Tony?
They told us to start it at 2. It's about 2:35, and they're just making their walks.
Tony's got KSI. I like that.
Wow. taking KSI over Jake.
Interesting, Tony. I like that. How come? In a few months. I get you. I get you.
Wow, so Swarmz lost 20 pounds in 2 weeks to take this fight.
Shout out to Asim Rahman who couldn't do that.
Well, he seemed like he was on weight. I don't know if Jake really gave him the chance.
Nope, I agree with you. Production quality is A1 so far.
Yep.
It's just such a genius move to have KSI open the card. Just packs the house right away.
Exactly. And that way all the prelim fighters get to fight in front of a packed house.
I'm actually curious to see if this theme is going to continue where guys are going to fight twice in a night, where the first one they fight like a shitty opponent, and then the second one, it's a tougher fight.
I do think it's smart business-wise.
Yeah.
I thought it was a very smart move by KSI. And one thing that the commentary team here was talking about was Eubanks, who's a great boxer himself, he suggested that KSI take a nap in between the two fights. He says that's what he would do. Instead of continuously warming up, he said he would actually elect to take a nap.
Certainly wouldn't continue warming up. Taking a nap is the best solution in the sense that you're not conscious. At least you get to tune out a little bit. But at the same time, I don't really suggest it. I would just chill out, drink a little bit of water, watch the event, not watch the event, and just chill.
I agree with you there.
But I think that if this goes the way it's supposed to, the warm-up for KSI leading into this fight will be harder than the actual fight.
Yeah. I don't have a lot of faith in Swarmz in this one. How long
did you see what Andrew Tate was saying about True Geordie, who's one of the commentators?
No, I didn't.
I don't know. Basically, if you look up True Geordie screenshots, there's like a bunch of stuff with like him talking about like dildos.
Well, that's pretty interesting.
Yeah, it's unfortunate because I actually enjoy his content. There's no problem with the dildos, but it's just a shitty thing to get popped on.
Yeah, talking about dildos a lot.
Yeah, that's tough, bro. That's tough.
Have you tried this KSI energy drink?
I haven't, bro. I live in Montreal, Quebec, where anywhere in the world gets it first, and then we get it last. So, if anything, you have a better opportunity to try it.
I haven't seen it. I'll have to pick one up if I see it.
Yeah, they have a couple of good flavors. They have grape, lemon, lime, orange, tropical punch, blue raspberry. And then they came out with like a ice pop flavor.
So do you like the energy drink mascot or do you like Jake Paul's robot better?
That's a tough call. I think what's interesting about this, unless this is going to be a limited edition bottle because they don't have a white flavored bottle. But what do I like more, the Prime or the Robot? I'm going to go with the Robots. Not a big fan of the whole mascot thing, though.
No. I don't like mascots. I don't really like costumes.
Like, I would have preferred, like, KSI rolled down with, like, a few cool celebrities. That, to me, is a little bit cooler.
Which he definitely could have.
Yeah, totally. Dude, imagine you're, like, walking down with, like, fucking Ronaldo, Floyd Mayweather.
Now, yeah, that would be a spicy entrance.
Soldier Boy on the left. That's what I like to hear.
Michael
okay,
Buffer's
on the right. I got you.
Yeah. Michael Buffer's starting to look a little old.
I don't know. To me, he looked the same for the last 70 years. He just changed his glasses. Kevin Gates. I got 2 phones.
Oh, was Kevin Gates in there?
No.
Oh.
Bro, Kevin Gates should fight.
Yeah, did you see Adrian Peterson is going to be fighting
Le'Veon Bell.
Bell?
I think AP is going to win.
I just really want to see it. I saw that pass by my screen, and I was like, you know what? I'm into that fight.
How funny would it be if the NFL tried to capitalize where they like tried to revive old contracts and be like, you want to do the boxing? You got to do it through us.
Yeah, would be smart.
That would be so crazy if the NFL opened like a side boxing promotion where they just have guys like beat the fuck out of each other.
So Swarmz is a rapper. Is that what he is?
He is a poet.
Oh, a poet.
Yes. He's a poet and a rapper. Oh, yeah, I definitely like the robot more. That's so cheesy that he like came out of the thing.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Never supposed to see what's inside the mascot. That's appalling.
The crowd is definitely pro KSI, which was to be expected.
No doubt. So comment section, what's your prediction? KSI, KO, round 1, round 2, round 3, or will Swarmz get the upset? The match is about to start in the next 10 seconds, Tony.
I'm going late round 1 knockout.
First round?
I got first round.
I'm going first round. Imagine if Swarmz knocks him out, though.
Well, like, what does that do? We were talking about that earlier. What does that do to the card? Does he fight the pro boxer then?
I have no idea. This event is looking good, though, so far. I really like the production. I like the setup of the venue. I like the way the ring looks. It has a real boxing match feel.
Yeah, I thought the production value looked great. I love the color scheme they used, too.
Yeah, I mean, he's doing such great things, KSI, between his YouTube channel, then the Prime Drink, and then also, like,
Travis.
Yeah, he's throwing me off there, Travis. Jesus. And then now doing this with a deal with DAZN. It's amazing.
Swarmz is looking horrible early.
Yeah. It's amazing how people very quickly will get on this platform and they have no idea what they're doing in the boxing ring.
Yeah, it's like you'd think you would have trained harder. Well, Swarmz is actually doing a pretty good job staying away from that right hand of KSI.
Definitely. And you could really see that KSI is chasing with those single powerful shots.
Swarmz' punching looks horrible.
Yo, but this is a good strategy, man. He's making KSI get him. Uh-oh. He's making KSI chase him. But he turned around. You're not supposed to do that.
No. I don't know. I've already not really sold on KSI beating Jake Paul. I know it's early, but
You know, Swarmz might disqualify himself by just like running away so much and turning around.
Yeah.
Oh my God, he's saying back of the head. It's going to be a TKO.
Oh, KSI drops him.
Not really. I think he fell.
He may have fallen.
This is a joke.
What is going on here?
They're restarting the match.
He's got to stop turning his back to him.
Yeah. Do you have the stream on, Matt? Are you watching? This is unbelievable. I mean, Swarmz has ran at least 2 kilometers around this ring.
Yeah.
And he's smiling and he's backpedaling like crazy. And it's funny that he's moving into KSI's right hand and KSI can't even land it.
There's another slip, but he's doing like spin maneuvers. I don't know why. Like the ref has told him 100 times to stop spinning, and he just won't do it.
Wow, this is crazy.
He can't be that unathletic.
Well, him turning around isn't so much being unathletic. It's more of him being fearful.
Yeah, but like, I mean, if you've played a sport before, you've been hit before.
Tony Thompson, he's wearing him out for the next fight. That would be interesting if they cut a deal with the main event fighter. Highly doubtful.
Highly doubtful, but would be hilarious.
Highly doubtful. Who do you think is getting paid more, Jack? Swarmz or Luis Pineda? Because I'm under the impression that it's Swarmz.
I'm also under the impression that it's Swarmz. Well, I
Very high possibility, too, so far, if this is how JJ plans to fight against Luis Pineda, that he might have a little bit of difficulty because I'm not impressed with what I'm seeing, even though Swarmz isn't standing in front of him.
Well, even in the lead up to this week, like they marketed it as Swarmz more than they did the boxer.
What do you mean?
Like this was marketed as the KSI versus Swarmz card, not really the KSI versus Pineda card.
Well, that's because Panera or Pineda is not going to sell tickets, but Swarmz and KSI will.
Exactly. All right, was that a slip or did KSI drop him there?
So far right now, they've just called off the fight, Tony.
Yeah.
TKO, second round. Didn't see the finish. I was checking something online. Commentation. You want some commentation or some commemoration? You like me to commemorate the fight or commentate it? Sipping the prime after the win. Beauty marketing.
Swarmz just gave up there.
I really want to see the replay because I don't know if it was a slip because it looks similar to what happened in the first time in the first round.
What about Adesanya versus Alex Pereira? I think we're going to see the same result we saw the first 2 times they fought. I think Israel Adesanya's title reign is over.
Why is that?
Pereira just has his number. Pereira dominated him the first time they fought. Pereira beat him the second time they fought. I just think Pereira is the better striker than Adesanya. I don't think Adesanya will really be able to use. I don't think his wrestling and ground game is that good that he can use it versus Pereira. So I think Pereira will win that one.
That's interesting. I was curious as well if Izzy was actually going to. Hey, you guys are cool. Following you. Thanks, Tony. Appreciate you, brother. I do think it is one of those matchups where Pereira might have Izzy's number. I'm also curious to see if Izzy's going to try to wrestle or grapple a little bit. But I think more or less what's going to happen is Izzy's going to stay more on the outside, look to counter strike. But if he can't handle the power of Pereira, it's going to be difficult. But do you give it like a less than 20% 20% chance, Jack, that Izzy is going to try to wrestle?
I do. I don't think there's really much of a chance that Izzy's going to try to wrestle. Maybe once he gets caught, he'll try to shoot a takedown. But I think it'll be more out of desperation than out of game plan.
Wow. Well, there you have it, Matt. We have we've got Alex Pereira. I'm still riding with Izzy for now. Until I've done a little bit more thinking about it. But I give Pereira a very fair share, and I think that it's something that the middleweight division might in fact need.
I do too. I don't think Izzy can outpoint him. I think if he tries to outpoint him, he's going to end up taking a canvas nap. I mean, Pereira's going to be looking for the knockout.
Matt Baker thinks that Izzy's going to outpoint Pereira.
I just don't see it.
Do your research. Always an interesting statement.
Yep. So, do you think this really counts as KSI fighting a pro boxer before Jake Paul?
What's that?
Do you think this really counts as KSI fighting a pro boxer before Jake Paul?
We'll see. But I mean, on paper, yes, absolutely.
This is more than money. This is his legacy at stake. Yeah, but I mean, hey, it's Pereira's legacy at stake too. Pereira's beaten him twice. He wants to show that he has been and always will be better than Israel Adesanya. I mean, Pereira can basically take Izzy's legacy and snatch it.
Well, I guess, but there are fighters that have gone on to always have that one person they couldn't get it done against, but still went on to have legendary careers.
Oh, and I think Israel Adesanya will be a legend regardless of how that fight goes.
Yeah.
But Pereira can build his own legacy as well.
Oh, no doubt, and he already is.
I think Swarmz just decided, you know what? There's no point of getting hurt in this. Let me leave here nice and happy with a paycheck. I don't think that was really a knockout. I think that was I give up. I'm not winning this. There's no way I'm going to win this. Let me leave here without any damage.
Yeah.
Eubanks is shitting on him, saying he could have got up, and a lot of people paid good money to be here, so he should have gotten up.
He's right.
Yeah,
which is funny because you just said the exact opposite.
Yeah. I didn't really think of it like that. When he puts it that way, it's hard to argue with.
That is so funny.
They're showing highlights from the fight, and it's mostly the walkouts.
Yeah, we know, Matt. It's all Gucci, baby. Don't worry about it.
Oh, all good, all good. Yeah, I don't think it was the gas tank either. I think he just gave up.
How much do you think you got paid?
At least 50 G's. I think he got a nice little payday.
Unbelievable.
I would definitely take one of these YouTube boxing fights, regardless of who it's against. I'll get sparked right out against Jake Paul for the paycheck you get.
Yeah, but it's bigger than that now. You can't just have him fighting some bum.
That's true.
Like KSI has so many other things going on. He's built so much since he's been away from the boxing ring since the Logan Paul fight. If he loses or doesn't look that great, it's kind of like, all right, man, maybe you won't be able to fight Jake Paul, but it doesn't mean you won't be able to do other fights. And the ultimate goal is probably to fight Jake Paul in the next, 6 to 18 months. But I don't think that's going to, I don't know. I don't know if it's going to happen.
I think KSI really needs to impress against that the boxer in this card. He didn't get a chance versus Swarmz there. Swarmz is just too low level.
It's true. No, he was sad. He was sad. Like even some of the fights on Creator Clash that wasn't the most technical, at least they had fucking heart. This guy had no balls.
He just gave up. I mean, Eubanks put it perfectly. People paid a lot of money for that. He could have got up. He chose not to.
Yeah.
DAZN or DAZN as it's called. Nobody really has DAZN here in the U.S. It's popular in Canada, huh?
Yeah. Popular in Canada because of certain networks that you could get, but now I would actually argue it's the most popular perhaps in the UK because you get all the soccer.
Yeah. Fubo TV is the one that I think in the US is really gaining traction. That's the one I think most people have here.
Right.
But I think in the US, if you have DAZN, I don't think you get the NFL stuff. Where I think
No, you used to get the hockey stuff in Canada also, and now you don't.
Yeah, so it makes sense why it would be popular in Canada. I do get that.
But I don't even really believe that it's that popular in Canada either.
Really?
Nah, I wouldn't say. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if it wasn't that popular.
It would be nice to be like I know they have like the boxing show, they have some like mixed martial arts shows and stuff like that. Which in the US you really just have ESPN talking about it, which is a little tough. Front Row Fight Club. You're here with the Front Row Fight Club commentating team. We'll be back in November.
Fucking right, baby. Can't wait. Looking forward to it. Had a great time working alongside Jack. We had a great event, 4 fights, 4 bangers. And, we're going to have double the fights, I'm sure, next time. And you know what, Jack? I'm really looking forward to the event being on a Thursday night. That's going to be interesting.
Yeah, and we'll have our first title fight in the promotion history will be on the card.
Very nice. And I think the initials of that guy is M&I. Am I right?
You could be right.
What was the decision in it being on a Thursday?
I think it was just with the venue, it made sense because it's impossible to get Saturdays there, and it was either going to be on a Sunday or Thursday, and we just thought a Thursday would bring a better crowd and gain more interest. So we'll probably be the only show going on a Thursday, and I'm pretty excited about that.
Yeah, so am I. Can't wait.
Oh, they skipped right over these guys' walkouts.
So I'm telling you right off the bat, who is this here?
Evil Hero.
We got Evil Hero. And I believe it's Dean the Great.
Yes. Oh, Evil Heroes from the US.
I believe Dean the Great is as well.
Okay. I apparently I don't know where these guys are on YouTube. Like, apparently I'm not like into the YouTube scene as much as I thought.
No, you see, that's what I'm saying. Like, this is a whole other realm that, like, there's so many different channels that you could see. Yeah, he's from Long Beach. Exactly. I think if this is the YouTuber who I'm thinking about, this guy is going to wipe the floor with Evil Elliot.
Well, we'll see. We're about to find out.
Oh, yeah. This is Dean the Great, who I believe had a lot of beef with Anthony Pretty Boy Taylor, and they were really going at it in a few sparring sessions. It seems like Anthony Pretty Boy Taylor has really aligned himself with the YouTubers since being with Jake Paul and is really putting himself in that caliber. And these guys were swinging on each other. Anthony Taylor took him down. And then Dean Taylor wrestled apparently in high school too. So they started wrestling and there was like ground and pound in their sparring session.
Well, I know at one point, just from being in the business, I know Anthony Pretty Boy Taylor was looking for an MMA fight and he never ended up taking one. So I don't really know what's going on with him. And I don't believe he's still looking. So I think maybe there was a mind change there and he's going to stick
Evil
with
Elliott pouring it on with that jab.
Yeah, wow. He actually looks
both fighters look not too bad, actually.
Not technical from like a professional boxing standpoint, but for somebody where it's their first professional fight and they're a YouTuber, he looks very technical.
He got sand in his vagina, and that's the way the cookie crumbles.
These referees have their work cut out for them, huh?
Oh, yeah, big time. They have a lot of work to do. And when the Creator Clash did their event in Tampa Bay, they had a lot less patience for the lack of technique.
Evil Hero got that was a drop. That was not a slip.
He's donezo.
Yeah, Evil Hero really got caught there, huh?
Dean the Great looks really, really good. I'm super impressed with him so far. Even Evil Elliott.
Oh yeah, Dean the Great. I think it's just he's probably one shot away from ending this.
Keep calling him Evil Elliott. It's Evil Hero. Why didn't you correct me?
Oh, I didn't know. Maybe he goes by Evil Elliott too. I didn't know.
I'm more familiar with Fousey and Deji.
Deji has to win, huh?
Yeah, he does have to win, but I don't think he's going to. Fousey looks good, man.
Oh,
Dean the Great does look like a pro boxer in there, I have to say, or at least at the very best, an amateur who knows what he's doing.
And Evil Hero didn't look bad at the beginning, but
nope. Fight's over. Congrats to Dean the Great. He deserved that.
Oh, went for the backflip. Didn't quite nail it. Oh, I think he hit himself in the nuts too.
Well, that basically sums up this event. They're able to put it on, but they might not be able to finish properly. He's back in a moment, Jack.
You got it. Yeah, so Dean the Great takes care of Evil Hero within one. I think we're going to see a lot of that tonight. I think these will be very fast paced. I think we're going to whip right through this card. What do we got next? Next, we have Sam Hyde versus I Am Thompson. Those are some big boys. We'll see how that one goes. Frank Bonata, fight with some real fighters. Dana White, take note. Frank, you're in the UK. Why are you not on this card? You should be fighting KSI. This card has been a banger so far. Definitely been a lot of laughs. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Dean the Great hit himself in the nuts on that backflip. KSI's ducking Frank. I believe it. Frank would knock KSI Spark out. Should fight Jake Paul. North American champ, Dean the Great. Quack, quack. So that was a 0-0 versus a 0-0 for the strap. A little interesting, but I think Frank would be a good matchup for Dean the Great in influencer boxing. Yeah, that one did not really go how I thought it was going to. In the first 10 seconds, Evil Hero looked pretty good, but he got caught once and it was kind of it. Looked like he might have wanted to do a little bit more sparring. It is strap season. We got belts on belts on belts given out today. Giving out belts like Oprah gives out cars. Yep, so now we have Sam Hyde versus I Am Thompson. And Salt Poppy versus Andy Warski. Salt Poppy. Then King Kenny versus Faze Sensei. Deji versus Fousey. That one I'm pretty excited for. Faze Temper versus Slim Albahur. And KSI versus Pineda. What do you think about Leon Edwards? Oh, I loved that. I woke up the next morning after Leon Edwards knocked out Kamaru Usman. I felt like I won something. That was amazing. That was one of the best fights I've ever watched. And what a high level knockout. Hiding the head kick behind the same side jab. Beautiful technique. Shout out to Leon Edwards. Or as Colby Covington calls him, Leon Scott. Frank, I taught him that kick. It didn't look like karate, Frank. That looked a little bit more like kickboxing. Dean the Great was pretty impressive there. Even Eubanks is saying it looked like he had an amateur background. Frank, you must have been jumping for joy when Leon Edwards beat Usman. The Birmingham, England lad, the new champ. I really don't want to see an immediate rematch, though, between Usman and Edwards. I want to get some fresh blood in that division. Oh, Frank, the next day I could not wipe a smile off my face. I literally felt like I hit the kick. That was like the best day ever when I woke up. Canelo versus Triple G again. I think that's going to be pretty one-sided for Canelo. I do think Triple G won that first fight, but Canelo definitely won the second one, and I think he'll easily win the third. But that first fight was absolutely not a draw, and Triple G got absolutely screwed. I think Father Time has really caught up to Triple G, though. Not super looking forward to that trilogy. The UFC did do one tournament. I remember they did a flyweight tournament where Demetrius Johnson won the whole thing. I just don't think it makes dollars and cents for the UFC to do tournaments. They have such a deep roster, and they love to match make their own fights. I don't think they want to leave it up to chance and have a tournament bracket dictate who fights who. That is not.
We've also seen in PFL and Bellator as of lately that the alternates were very necessary.
Yep.
So not only does it kill off a contender, but then perhaps even the winner could lose. Even the winner could win and then lose by being injured, and then an alternate comes in and takes your spot. I don't know.
Yeah, they're tough. They're tough to get done for sure.
Where did I go, Matt? I went to Bleed the Lizard, buddy. Shout out to Wade Concept, man. I mean, had a YouTube channel for years and then finally built his way up to actually commentating as a part of this event. And he was supposed to work the last one and couldn't get on the flight due to an illness that he had, actually. He wasn't cleared to fly. So luckily that event went by, and then here's a new one, and he finally got the job, and then he's just interviewing Sam Hyde now, who's a controversial character. Some have called him a alt-right, and very controversial, and perhaps is out of his mind. But you know, I've watched some stuff on him, and I don't think he's alt-right. I just think that he plays right into that controversial role very, very well. He knows what he's doing, and I think that he's going to win impressively. Sam Hyde helped Harley Morenstein prepare for his bout in the Creator Clash. You know, I expect Sam to come out here aggressive. 6'6", he's a big boy, 261 pounds, and here's I Am Thompson, I believe, from Australia, who's 237 pounds.
So the big boys are going down.
Yeah, the big boys are going down. I'm surprised that this fight is playing so early, considering the fact that the Creator Clash made Harley Morenstein the co-main event due to his size. I thought that they would have did a similar thing, especially at the fact that Sam Hyde has a huge, huge, huge following. He had a show on Adult Swim.
He did? What was the show on Adult Swim?
Let's check it right now.
I didn't know that. With the heavier guys, sometimes the sloppiness of them not being professional boxers can be pretty fun and entertaining. So
he had a show called $1 Million Extreme Presence World Peace. I think it was a post-apocalyptic world. Can't read today. Don't know what's wrong with that. Never could, though. But yeah, so, you know, Sam Hyde is a polarizing figure. He was banned from the Creator Clash event. He was supposed to sit front row. He bought like 3 or 4 $10,000 seats and then got banned because he had iDubbbz, Ian, who was the promoter for the Creator Clash event. And Sam Hyde has a little bit of beef with iDubbbz and his girlfriend. And part of that is because iDubbbz went down to Rhode Island to kick it with Sam Hyde to do a documentary on him to kind of expose the, you know, craziness in him. And in the fucking end, Sam Hyde ended up flipping the script and was fucking with him the whole time. And, you know, kind of ruined the whole reason why iDubbbz went down there. So that really paints the picture of who he is. But we're going to see, as we can see right now, we're seeing a Sam Hyde who's clearly not in character and is clearly in a vulnerable state because he's about to go against I Am Thompson.
Wait, so that guy was trying to make a slam documentary on him and he flipped the script on him? He can't
Dude, it's the fucking best. You should watch it on YouTube. You watch Sam Hyde's version and then you watch Ian's, and like, dude, Sam Hyde hired like a girl to dress up like a crackhead to make it seem like Sam Hyde is like fueling some girl's crack addiction and opioid addiction, and like Ian's and iDubbbz is buying into it the whole time, and like then he brings him under this bridge and they start boxing, and Sam Hyde is like, admitted, Ian, the reason why you started boxing is because I brought you underneath that bridge and I kind of showed you like how vulnerable you were because you didn't know how to fight. And he's like, oh, it's not true. It's because of my girlfriend, blah, blah, blah. So it's just, man, I can go on about this guy, Sam Hyde. He's really interesting. And Jack, remember Dunn and Corby, who we went on that Twitter spaces with?
Yes.
So he interviewed Sam Hyde. He's at the event right now.
Oh, that's awesome. He
interviewed Sam Hyde, and he actually got an out of character interview from him. And I think that's going to fucking break the internet.
Oh, wow. Really excited to hear that. Sam Hyde sounds like a interesting character, whether you like him or hate him. I'm definitely intrigued by him.
Yeah, no doubt. Doing my research, Matt. Doing my research.
So you're picking Sam Hyde in this one?
Yeah, for sure. But you know what? I Am Thompson has been smiles all week, and those Aussies don't fuck around. So I'm interested to see what's going to happen.
And he definitely looks like a big boy.
Yeah. Team Thompson. Sam Hyde with the Muay Thai shorts and the Yuri Prochaska inspired haircut, or what?
So has Sam Hyde been training a long time?
I mean, look, you could tell that his skills look a little green, etc., or not green, but you know, you could tell that he's obviously not an amateur or professional. But it seems to me like he's had some Muay Thai training, and he's been involved in boxing quite a bit as well. And you know, even as given by his physique, he didn't, you know, lose the weight to do this fight. He's always kind of in this shape, so he's not in terrible shape.
It's from right down the road from me in Rhode Island.
Oh, man, Harley Morenstein did a vlog about going down there to train with Sam Hyde. Yeah, I suggest you check this stuff out, man. It was gold.
I actually love driving through Rhode Island. I think it's a very beautiful state. Tiny, but beautiful.
Well, the way that they portrayed it in the fight, it didn't appear that way.
Well, when you get off the highway, it doesn't. But I'm just talking about the highway through the city.
Oof. These boys are big. I Am Thompson not looking quite fast. That right hand is taking about 3 seconds before it lands. And Hyde's getting comfortable now. He's fucking around with I Am Thompson. I like to see that.
He's taunting a bit.
You see, this is what I'm talking about, Jack, in the sense that, like, if he was hitting the pads or maybe on the bag, he would have looked, you know, he'll look better than in this scenario, Sam Hyde. But you know what? We're only a minute into the round, so let's see it through.
He's doing a good job using that jab defensively, Sam Hyde. And I Am Thompson looks like he's playing video games, just trying to spam that overhand right.
Yeah, that's going to be the focus of this.
I think he would benefit from mixing in a left. It's really giving Sam Hyde only one thing to worry about.
Would love to see Sam use his jab a little bit more, though.
I Am Thompson finally lands one. Yeah, he's tiring himself out. And the hand speed is not looking good. Looks like he's got about my hand speed. Jesus, Thompson is wildly throwing the right hand. Doing a lot of work for little results.
But
Oh,
Sam Hyde is starting to look a little bit frustrated. Doesn't seem as confident as he did in the beginning of the round. And now I Am Thompson is just throwing it out the window and posing a lot of problems for Sam Hyde, who's breathing heavy now. Who do you give this first round to, Jack?
I give that one to Sam Hyde.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, but I would say if you're just judging the last 30 seconds, I Am Thompson definitely won the last 30 seconds. So it's going to be interesting to see how they come out in round two.
That's exactly why I asked you that question, is because if you judged it by how the round ended, bit of a different ball game.
Yeah, the commentary team is agreeing with us.
Yeah, that to me would appear so. Matt's got Sam as well. Makes sense, buddy.
Yeah, I'm very curious. Well, they did get a minute to rest, both of them. So we've seen that make a difference in fights before. Nice little combination there from I Am Thompson. Thompson's corner's telling him to keep throwing the right. I love it. Not a left. We don't need a left.
Listen, I mean, as much as it's a ridiculous game plan, Sam has really not been doing much once that started happening.
He is like getting that like Muay Thai clinch when they get close, Sam Hyde. It does look like he definitely does have a Muay Thai background.
Yeah, well, the shorts completely gave it away. I mean, the shorts he's wearing specifically, you could find anywhere in any market in Thailand.
He looks like he would love to throw a knee. Yeah, he's getting warned about that Muay Thai grip in the clinch.
Matt Baker, I can join the broadcast. You know that, right? I don't. Like, what does he mean by that? Like, he could just like click enter, or he means like he's educated enough to.
Oh, good right hand from Sam Hyde. I think Thompson's starting to gas. Oh, Sam Hyde has him hurt. Smells blood in the water. Oh, some good uppercuts there from Sam Hyde. They're both gassed.
You never like to see fighters put their hands on their hips or their knees in the middle of a bout.
Absolutely not.
Nah.
Both these guys are completely gassed. Sam Hyde is up 2 rounds to none, in my opinion.
It's a tough one to score. I mean, I didn't really find that round really showed us much.
No, but Sam Hyde was a little more active. I Am Thompson really showed he was tired through basically the entire 3 minutes. I was thinking he would come out in that second round, the fresher fighter, but that did not happen.
Salt Poppy, man, he's good. He's very good. I'm high on Salt Poppy. I like him a lot. He's based out of London.
Looks like he's
And
got good hands.
he's solid.
Here we go. Who's Salt Poppy going up against?
Let's see.
It is Andy Worski. You giving Andy Worski any chance?
No, I think that Salt Poppy is one of the better influencer boxers out there, and he dropped a lot of weight for this fight as well. He's taking it seriously, but he's very athletic. He moves well, and he's got power. He's got good crack to him.
Okay. You're selling him. You're selling him to me. And that'll be the featured prelim bout.
Ooh. Standing 8 counts for I Am Thompson in the 3rd round. That's going to solidify it.
Yeah, did you agree with that standing 8 count?
No, not at all. But the fact that there's another standing 8 count. I think it's the fact that he's like so exhausted and he's kind of like hobbling over and it's a TKO. I don't know. To be honest with you, I was not really that high on that win.
No.
I kind of felt like that was out of pure exhaustion.
Yeah, I think I Am Thompson gassed.
You ever been to Toronto, Jack?
I have not. This will be my first time going to Toronto.
Nice.
Well, I've been to the airport, but
okay.
I don't really count that.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm probably going to take 3-4 days down there.
You ever been to Toronto?
Yeah, for sure. I've been there a few times, and my brother lives there now. So,
nice.
I will probably do what I did last time, come down the Wednesday morning for the weigh-ins, help out the guys, this and that. And then after the event until maybe Sunday, I'll stay with family in Toronto.
Oh, there you go. That's perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know when I'm getting in there. I think it should be easier to throw everything together this time. I hope.
Okay, so I understood the first stoppage. It's because he was late on an original punch. So then he called a standing 8 on the easy one.
Yeah.
Yeah, Eddie, a lot of these fights, man, have good stoppages. Listen, if you watch it from an entertainment lens and not like a purist boxing lens, these fights are fun to watch, man.
Exactly. It's a lot more high level than, say, Rough and Rowdy.
Yes, for sure.
You think he does the interviewing character?
I'd turn your volume up.
Oh, yeah. He's in character. Thanks, KSI.
The Irish leprechaun.
Yep. Oh, you might want to turn it down a bit. They might nuke us if they get too much of the volume.
Well, he was certainly in character there, didn't break it. Which kind of poses the question how much energy he actually had left if he was able to cut that promo, but he's obviously a professional, so obviously he was able to cut that promo.
Going right over the top rope, too.
Oh, he's a big boy, man. He's 6'6", 6'4".
So next we got the featured prelim, which is Salt Poppy versus Andy Worski.
Yep. And are you doing a stream later for Tuivasa versus Gone?
That's not tonight, is it? Isn't that next week?
There's no UFC tonight?
I thought there wasn't. Am I a week?
Yeah, you're right. September 3rd.
Okay. I was going to say, hey, it wouldn't shock me if I was wrong.
Let's see what boxing's on tonight.
I didn't see anything. I was, well, there's BKFC. There's also Clay Guida fights tonight, too. Cage Fury.
Clay Guida's not in the UFC anymore?
I was as surprised as you were.
No, Cage, it's grappling.
Okay.
It's grappling because last event, somebody that I had on the old unanimous decision, James Hardiman, he competed in the grappling tournament. And I believe the owner of Cage Fury had to fill in as a late replacement for the main event. And he fucking went against Clay Guida and he got his ass kicked. Guida came out in the singlet. His brother slapped him around, the whole shebang.
I would not want to.
Speaking of Clay Guida, yesterday on when I recorded my AC Radio episode, Jack, that'll be out on Tuesday, somebody had asked me for the Q&A segment, what would be the fight to get somebody in combat sports? So these were the ones that I named. I named Arturo Gotti versus Mickey Ward. I named Clay Guida versus Diego Sanchez. I did Stephan Bonner versus Forrest Griffin. Canelo versus James Kirkland. And that was, I think, what I named. Realistically, I probably should have fucking put in McGregor versus Aldo or McGregor versus Mendez or even the Diaz first and second.
I'm a little surprised you actually left off a Canadian boy there. I would throw right into the mix.
Rory McDonald and Robbie Lawler, I know. Yep. I'll tell you why. Aside from like the brutality and the damage that Rory McDonald took and the heart that was shown in that octagon, I'm just talking about from a pure casual standpoint. How are you going to get somebody into it in the first 2 to 3 minutes versus the last 23rd to like 25th minute? Or sorry, 20th minute to 25th minute. That's why I picked Sanchez and Guida, because it's like after 10 seconds, these guys are killing each other.
Fair.
And also, I'm answering the questions on the fly. So to be fair, there's always so many things you could leave out on the table.
Oh, of course. I can't remember the guy's name, but I went to the fight live. It was in Birmingham, Alabama. And it was Deontay Wilder versus I think the guy's name was Arthur Spitka or something like that.
Yeah, of course. Spilka. Yeah, of course. Okay. He was wearing black and gold trunks that night, Spilka, I believe, and he got KO'd.
He got KO'd, and it was horrifying to see. I've never watched the broadcast of it. I only saw it live, so I don't know what they showed or whatever. But he was like flopping around like a fish knocked out. It was horrifying to see.
Yeah, I think he got hit with an uppercut in the corner or something, no?
Yes. And
Yeah, that was a big KO.
he dropped like a rock. That was the first ever boxing match I ever went to live.
Oof.
It was one hell of an introduction to live boxing.
That's awesome. That's a good fight to go to, though.
Oh, it was amazing.
How much were tickets?
You know, it was actually my friend's dad was supposed to go with his brother, and something came up, so I actually got the tickets for free because he gave them to his son, so he took me. So it was free 99, so it was the best tickets.
Fucking right, baby.
You can't beat that.
Never. Never, ever.
Yeah, it was just right place, right time, luckily.
I want to see on my betting app if I could bet on this.
I'm liking Salt Poppy's odds. You talked me into him.
He's good, man.
I've heard of Andy Worski before, though.
Yeah, what is he?
I've seen him in a Twitter beef before with somebody, but I don't really know what he does. I just know I've heard of him.
Okay. The Atlanta Falcons are playing right now against the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yeah, and the Dolphins and Eagles play tonight.
Yeah, my buddy's going to that game. He went to the Miami Dolphins versus the Raiders. $60, 45-yard line. Amazing.
Oh, so he's like he hosts a casino app. Andy Worski.
Interesting.
And he edits stuff.
Well, that would explain his cornerman who looks like Jonah Hill with the poker dress shirt.
Yes. That would definitely explain.
Worski's going to come out to bang. I'm telling you now, man, he's going to be chasing Salt Poppy. Salt Poppy's going to be staying nice and technical. I'm high on him.
And they got into it at the face-off.
Yeah, they did.
The fighting pride of the Philippines. Move over, Manny Pacquiao. It's Salt Poppy's time.
Fucking right, baby.
The fighting pride. There's so many great fighters from the Philippines.
Salt Poppy is like most famous for like going like this and making a funny face, and then also like running on the same spot but making it seem like he's moving. Look, he's doing the face now. Could you imagine getting fucking murked by somebody like this?
No. And I just love how many legendary fighters there are for the Philippines and still so many active greats. And they call him the fighting pride of the Philippines.
Michael Buffer must have left the ring and been like, fuck my life, man. This sucks.
Salt Poppy.
Salt Poppy with the gladiator shorts. I love it.
This is entertainment.
Throwing feints, though. Oh, my God.
Oh. No
He's
way.
Dunzo, this kid. Are you kidding me? There's no fucking way this guy's fighting again.
No, he waved it off. I was going to say.
No kidding, they waved it off. He fucking slept him. I told you, man. He's one of the best, I'm telling you.
I think Salt Poppy would have beaten the heavyweights. Is he the same weight as KSI?
Dude, this is going to be see, this is the interesting part. Is just like fighters aren't going to want to fight other fighters that aren't as well known. You know, somebody like KSI, why should he fight Salt Poppy? You know what I mean? If he doesn't have 1 million followers, we'll say, it's kind of like, well, get your clout up.
I mean, that should help him get his clout up.
Dude, he completely like knocked him out.
That actually looked pretty high level.
Dude, I told you. I told you.
You did.
Dude, I'm like, yo, fucking Salt Poppy, my boy.
The Salt Poppy.
Who's the guy with the suit though? He looks the guys who are like promoting this event look a bit greasy.
They do.
You heard what he said to him? He's like, on the money, like Donald Trump. Oh my God, he hit him with 2 quick left hands.
Wow.
He hit him. Yeah, that last left fucking murked him.
I thought Buddy was going to actually get back up too. I think they should give Andy Worski another shot, though, versus somebody else. That wasn't really fair. I think they owe that guy another matchup.
Crazy.
Yep, and he's making the faces. Do you want to take a 5-minute break here? Or
Let's do it, my guy.
let's do it. All right, we will be back, everybody. Dang. Well, now we're getting into the main card here.
Yes, sir. Your boy is pouring a glass of Howler Head. We're getting into it.
First fight we got on the main card is King Kenny versus Faze Sensei.
Who do you got, Big Jack? Who do you got?
I'm going with King Kenny.
Perfect, because I was getting Faze Sensei this whole time. This is going to be easy pickings for me. What are we betting on this fight, Jack?
I don't know what do you want to go with here?
Well, it's up to you. If you want to get it started. First one, we could go for a beverage, or we could go towards something we'll do in Toronto.
Well, let's go with something in Toronto.
Okay, perfect. So I'll place the first bet. Winner of this one has to buy the first lunch. Remember we went for those chicken tenders and that hamburger?
Yep. So we got lunch on this one.
We got lunch on this one. Let's go. All right. Who's this gentleman? Fine looking guy.
He's bringing in
King Kenny. The braces. Oh boy.
King Kenny looks ready to go.
King Kenny liking the green and the gold, looking like Notre Dame.
We got some American football going down in Ireland today. I don't know if you saw that earlier.
Who's that?
Nebraska versus Northwestern.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah, down in Dublin.
Man, the players are probably going to have a great after party, I'll tell you that.
Well, I think Northwestern will either way, but I don't think Nebraska will be too happy if they lose that one. And they're down right now in the fourth quarter. Northwestern's just there to have fun. Nebraska needs a victory. And right now it's looking like Northwestern might have a very, very fun trip.
What's the score?
31-28.
Oh, wow. Well, you know what? Nebraska's always had a good defensive program. But I'm loving seeing the American football crossover to the UK, crossover to Ireland as well. I think it's important. I think that, there's a lot that the American fan base could actually learn from the UK fan base. And that's why I really like that crossover.
Yeah, I mean,
we've seen some of the influence in the MLS and maybe even in the MLR. But, we're not seeing it enough perhaps in American football and even combat sports and maybe even baseball. Like, I just think that there's a lot more that North Americans could do to get behind their players that they don't do, that they are doing in the UK. I don't know if you agree with that.
I completely agree with that. When an American is going up against a guy from the UK, sometimes the American audience is split. The UK always backs their guy.
That's what I love about it. I mean, only in the United States will you see a fighter get booed. Will they boo an American fighter?
Exactly. Faze. There's a lot of guys in Faze, huh? They do a good job with their team over there.
Who's that?
Faze. There's always a lot of guys in Faze, I feel like.
Well, Faze is it's a big company. I mean, they're a public company now.
Haverhill, Massachusetts. I have to go against a guy that's 10 minutes away from me? Jesus. I didn't know that. Would have picked him if I knew he was the local.
Sensei has been doing the breakdowns for the event with Wade Concept, who's doing the commentary for the event that I explained his story before. So you could probably tell why I chose him. He does have his ear to the ground a little bit lower in the YouTube fighting realm, etc., and in the boxing game. But what's surprising to me is, Jack, is the blue corner walking out second. What's up with that?
I have no idea what's going on there.
I remember even for the Front Row Fight Club, like the commission was like, oh, blue corner is going to walk out second, right? We were like, no, since when does that happen?
Yeah, they messed that up on us, which people, I saw some comments online blaming us. That's the commission. That ain't nothing to do with us.
That's okay.
I just talked about how we don't support our local guys enough, and then I pick against a guy that's 15 minutes down the road from me, right in April.
Bad.
I was in Haverhill yesterday.
Really? It's that close to Maine?
Oh, yeah. It's like 10, 15 minutes right down
That's
the road.
insane.
We'll be having an event in the States for Front Row Fight Club at some point at the end of this year, maybe early next year. That is the town next to Haverhill.
That's what I like to hear.
So it is very much that close.
Both of these YouTubers coming out looking very good, looking sharp already. You could tell they look comfortable in their stance. But usually it's when they engage in the offense do you really start to see the difference. Wow, look at that. Standing 8 count right away.
That's a bad one.
Wow, so they're really treating this event like an amateur boxing event.
That was a bad
King
one.
Kenny's looking at his corner like, what the fuck is happening? Why am I already getting 8 counted?
Yeah, that's a tough one from the referee right there. He's got to do a better job.
King Kenny sporting the Fly custom-made gloves. Fly is very quickly made themselves one of the top gloves in the professional boxing game. The top ones being Grant's Worldwide, Winning, Fly, obviously, and Cleto Reyes. But Fly makes some super sharp gear.
And we do know boxing gloves actually can make a huge difference. Deontay Wilder in his fight versus Tyson Fury went with a glove that was discontinued because so many fighters broke their hands in them. And what happened to Deontay Wilder? Broke his hand.
Was that the Everlast gloves?
Yes, it was a discontinued Everlast model. And I said before the fight that I thought it was a stupid idea because so many fighters break their hands in them. Decided to use them anyway.
Unbelievable. Sometimes it's interesting how even professional fighters could make such amateur mistakes like choosing a glove that has been discontinued due to too many handbrakes. I mean, would an NFL quarterback wear a helmet that had the highest percentage of a concussion rate? Absolutely not.
No, but these fighters, it's like they always want to have the advantage. So Tyson Fury was using gloves with horsehair, and Deontay Wilder didn't like it, so he decided to use a glove with less padding. Like, come on.
The momentum of this fight has slowed down a little bit. I mean, that's the interesting part about these YouTube boxing events is, you know, we shit on the fights that are less technical and you know, less boxing like, but then we get two YouTubers in here like this who are clearly technically sound, and you know, it's almost like a stalemate is going on.
Yeah, it can be more exciting sometimes when they're not as technical.
Yeah, dude.
I completely hated that standing 8 count, though.
Yeah, so did I. I really think that that was devastating because otherwise nothing in the round happened. And a part of Faze Sensei didn't really have to engage for the rest of the round due to the fact that he technically already won it unless King Kenny were to knock him down.
Yeah, and it should have been a 10-9, but it's going to go down as a 10-8.
Who are you taking in the Deji and Fousey fight?
I'm taking Fousey.
Okay. I was going to take Fousey as well, so
we'll have to pick around.
Yeah, we'll either have to pick around or I mean, do you have KSI versus Luis Alcaraz Pineda?
You know what? I'm gonna go Pineda.
Okay, and do you have Face Temper or Slim a beer?
I'm going to be honest. I don't know anything about those two guys. I'll let you pick, and I'll take the opposite.
Okay, cool.
I'll roll the dice there. Throw a Hail Mary.
Kenny's reach is posing a little bit of difficulty for Faze Sensei to engage, which is why Sensei has been more successful with those overhand rights. But, you know, ultimately, I have to say this is one of those fights that perhaps 4 rounds isn't enough. Maybe it seems as if these guys need 6 to 8 to really feel each other out and crack one of those codes. But a lot of it also has to do with just biting down and having to engage. Because what some people don't understand is every time you are punching is when you're actually leaving yourself vulnerable to get punched, which is why these stalemates happen, because then nobody gets punched.
Yeah, we saw that in the Sam Hyde fight. Every time I Am Thompson went to punch, Sam Hyde would just slip a nice jab in there.
Yeah, totally.
King Kenny doing a good job there with a nice combination. Definitely the more active fighter in round 2 here, but Faze Sensei does have a round really to give up now with a 10-8 in that first round.
Sorry, Jack. Didn't hear you there because I'm writing you a message on the private side.
Oh, yes. I actually thought I did that, but I went over and saw that it was not posted. I had wrote it all out, but never posted it. There we go. Put that on out there. Nope, appreciate that, Adam. I had it sitting there in the goddamn queue and never had it posted.
All good, baby.
Wow, the corner's really getting into it in this.
Yeah, well, I mean, nothing has fucking happened. This fight is here for the taking. And considering the fact that King Kenny is technically down due to that knockdown, he's got to make something happen here.
How do you have this scored so far?
I mean, Faze Sensei is technically up due to that 10-8, that 10-8 in the first. I don't really think much happened in the second round.
19-18, I have this in favor of Faze.
Yes, I agree.
Eddie thought this fight was going to steal the card. Hey, still could. It ain't over yet. Although Salt Poppy, that knockout was so far that's my favorite moment of this card.
He's one of the best YouTube boxers out there for show, Salt Poppy.
The fighting pride of the Philippines.
Fucking right, baby. Bigger than Pacquiao.
Oh, Sensei.
Yeah, I hear you, Eddie. I could see where you're coming from as well. I kind of thought that this could have stole the card as well. But again, like I said, when two guys respect each other and actually understand the sport a little bit more versus a lot of these YouTube boxers who don't really know what to anticipate, you could understand the hesitancy due to the fact that they understand the risk. So, bit of a double-edged sword.
Yeah, I think Sensei's winning this third round so far.
Yeah. Happy this is a 4-round fight, though, Jack. Think that extra round is going to show us something.
I'm glad to see that too. Hopefully we get a stoppage in this one, especially for me, because I'm going to need one. I don't think King Kenny is going to win this via decision.
Listen, I don't think I'm going to be so nice, Jack, when you take me out for lunch. First head feints on this card in this King Kenny fight. Fun stuff. Marquise Johns, my man, how you doing, baby? Thanks for tuning in. I do like what you're saying there, Marquise, but I have to say I like the feints that Salt Poppy was throwing as well before that devastating KO.
King Kenny starting to move forward.
Next, Theoni is Fousey versus Deji. Yeah, that KO was nasty, Marquise. I think that Salt Poppy is very quickly going to move himself into the top 10 or the top 8 YouTube boxers in the rankings. What do you think?
Wait, which fighter?
I think Salt Poppy is going to become a top 8, top 10 YouTube boxer if there were rankings.
Is he around 180 pounds?
Apparently, he's looking to go to 75 kg next, which I believe is 170.
Well, then he could be right in that mix with the Jake Pauls, the KSIs. And if he can keep building his profile, maybe he gets one of those guys and gets that big payday.
It's very possible. I mean, I would say more KSI over Jake Paul, just because also Salt Poppy is based out of London or the UK, I believe. So it would just make absolute sense. And maybe by the time he builds that notoriety, it'll be too far for Jake Paul. And again, like I said, I mean, KSI is not going to risk the Jake Paul fight or perhaps bigger paydays then he's around the 165, 175 range. Yeah, so perhaps he could fight KSI, but would KSI hurt the opportunity to fight the likes of Jake Paul if he were to get sparked out by Salt Poppy? I don't think so.
Yeah, that's what's going to be tough for Salt Poppy.
Which is funny. Like, we are going to start seeing politics in YouTube boxing. There are going to be YouTube boxers that aren't really that technically sound, but are finding a way to win fights. But they're able to run the table. How crazy is that going to be?
It is nuts. I mean, it's evolved a lot faster than I ever thought it would evolve.
I'm a big fan. Shout out to my boy Mikey Sinanis. Appreciate you, baby. But yeah, I'm a big fan. I don't know about you.
Mikey looks like he can play some football there too.
Yeah, Mikey is was a kick returner and a punt returner for and a DB for Western University, which he won 2 national championships with, which is a university about 7 hours away in London, Ontario. Very close to some of the front row guys.
Oh, hell yeah. Mancuso's in London, Ontario today.
Exactly. Eddie Rodriguez says Hasim Rahman is going to fight Vitor Belfort next.
I've heard the rumors of that. I've heard that might be happening. I know it's
that Vitor Belfort is one of those guys who's on the list to want to fight Jake Paul, eh?
Yeah.
Jake Paul ran into Vitor Belfort at an Ohio State game, and he was like apparently trying to like feel out Jake Paul, and he was like, "Dude, you're here with your son, like relax."
Yeah, I've heard it's either going to be Anderson Silva or Vitor. So
crazy.
I don't think he should fight Anderson Silva.
They announced it when you guys were on break. They announced it in the DAZN broadcast.
Wow. Okay. So that's official. I'm looking this up right now. Yeah, Hasim Rahman Jr. will face Vitor Belfort in a heavyweight clash on October 15th.
Could you send that to me?
Absolutely.
October 15th in Sheffield. Wow.
Yep. Yeah, Misfits Boxing.
Crazy.
Well, Well, that'll be a good payday for Hasim Rahman Jr. If he's able to beat Vitor, that gets him right back into the mix to fight Jake Paul again as well.
Yo, I gotta say, man, very quickly, KSI is fucking up Jake Paul here, because right now, he's now signed Hasim Rahman and Vitor Belfort on his next big card. Okay, he signed a bunch of influencers on the card. He's also fighting twice in one night, fighting a pro boxer before Jake Paul. I've got to say, man, I'm pretty happy with what KSI is doing. He's gotten pretty quick into this, because what's interesting is, like, if Hasim Rahman and Vitor Belfort show Jake Paul something that's worth actually fighting against, you might see very, very quickly that, that was a good flurry at the end there between King Kenny and Faze Sensei. You might see very quickly that Jake Paul is actually going to need KSI more than KSI actually needs Jake Paul right now. You know what I mean, Jack?
I actually completely agree with you, and I've seen it trending in that direction. But now there's big haymakers being thrown into that equation, and I think that could happen even sooner than we expected. I think Jake Paul is going to really need KSI.
Well, shit, man. I mean, KSI would love to knock out Jake Paul, but trust me, he would be okay with having a fighter perhaps signed to his promotion, being able to then fight Jake Paul.
Yeah, of course. King Kenny definitely won that last round. I'm a little nervous with me scoring the fights, how I'm kind of trying to score it.
I'm going to be honest, Jack. I wouldn't be surprised if this could be a draw also.
That's exactly what I was getting to. I think we could see a draw.
I actually think draws are important for YouTube boxing, because it really shows you that the matchups were made equally, because there's nothing worse than seeing a bad matchup. But also, secondly, it sometimes goes to show you, too, that both fighters actually fought a hell of a lot better than people anticipated.
Oh, 100%. Judges' scorecards for the very first time tonight. $38-38. $39-37. $39-38. I think it's gonna be Sensei. Yep. Oh wait, no, King Kenny wins.
How? What was the scorecard?
39-38, 39-37, and 38-38.
Wow, I owe Jack lunch. Unbelievable.
Wow.
Wow, I owe Jack lunch. I'm pissed. I am pissed. I'm pissed.
I thought that was going to you, to be honest.
Anyone know where I could stream the fight? It's like I do, but I don't.
If you go into the Discord, hold on. People always got links in our Discord. It's the best place to find links for if you're looking for fight cards, any fight card really. Let me just get that up here. I was using my copy and paste feature for something else. Yeah, the announcers can't believe that decision either. We got the Discord in there for you. Make sure if you're watching us on YouTube or Facebook, you're hitting that subscribe or hitting that follow button. We're here for all combat sports. I think the judges here might have been in favor of me getting free lunch. I think that might have been a bit of a screw job.
Absolute fucking robbery. Absolute fucking robbery. I'm going to go house broke having to pay for this lunch now. You should see the way Jack eats. This is unbelievable.
Chicken fingers.
Let's go.
Yeah, you're lucky. I basically.
You know what? You're lucky because you chose King Kenny first, so I should technically be able to choose Fousey, and you should get Deji. But you know what? I'll let it slide.
Yeah, you can pick first. We can alternate.
Deal. I'm taking Fousey. Fuck, I might lose though. I don't know if I want to take Fousey. I'll take Fousey. No, you know what? You could take Fousey. I'll take Deji.
Okay. And who do you have in the co-main?
For the co-main, I'm gonna take. Well, you'll take. Well, actually, I just gave you Fousey, so I'll take Faze. I'll take Faze.
Okay. You know what? And I'll go against KSI. I didn't think he looked very good in that first match.
I like that pick, Jack. I really do. I like that pick. And what are we betting on for the Fousey and Deji fight, Jack? You choose, buddy.
What do we well, we already got lunch. So what do we go for a dinner on this one, or not dinner, a drink, or do we go on maybe the pack of pre-rolls?
Let's go with we'll go with 2 drinks.
2 drinks. 2 drinks. Okay. Ooh. Trying to get a score for that football game too. Hey, thanks for stopping by, Mike.
Mikey, big thanks, buddy. Let's chat later, man. I want to see how the DJ gig is going to go tonight. Respect.
Oh, hell yeah. You DJing tonight?
Good
luck,
DJing.
man.
You just moved out to Miami and slowly breaking into the DJ scene out there.
Oh, Northwestern breaks Nebraska's heart. And Nebraska's season's already in the shitter in week 0 of the season.
And there you have it, folks.
You
hate to see it. You hate to see it. I can't say that I'm a big fan of this intermission. Always going back to Eubank.
I actually like Eubank.
I don't mind him. It's not that I don't like him. It's just I don't like how sometimes boxing spaces out their events. I just want to see action.
True.
Let's go. Send some picks. I knew that, Mikey. I said that before on the broadcast.
Eagles Dolphins tonight. It's a battle of my 2 quarterbacks from college.
Who's that?
Jalen Hurts and Tua Tagovailoa.
Oh shit, you're right.
I'll go with Tua, the guy that actually won us the Iron Bowl. Not the guy that choked it. I'll probably forgive Jalen Hurts when I'm like 70, maybe.
Why? Why don't you like him?
Oh, I hate him. He lost us the Iron Bowl.
Against Auburn?
Yeah.
Is that a big deal?
That's a huge deal. That's the state championship. You can't be losing that. And then Tua had to come in and save his ass in the national championship a few weeks later.
Yeah, that's true. That is absolutely true. We got Fousey or Fousey versus Deji. I've got Deji.
He is looking like he's in good shape.
Yeah, he's lost a lot of weight for this, man.
Who's this announcer that has a very similar voice to me?
Todd Grisham.
Does he not have a very similar voice to mine?
Yeah. It's because you're a stud.
It's a kind of like rattling me. I actually, earlier when he first came on the thing, I thought I had one of the Front Row Fight Club fights on my YouTube playing. And I was trying to shut it off because I thought his voice was mine.
When the fight's starting, Milan asks, which fight, sir? You're talking about the next fight? It'll probably be happening in the next, I don't know, 5 to 10 minutes.
The commentators are not happy with that decision.
Well, they shouldn't be. I mean, it was bullshit.
I think really the only one that's happy with that decision is me because I get lunch out of it. But even I disagree with it. I don't know. Deji looked pretty bad in his last time out boxing.
Yeah, he looked terrible. Apparently, he's in short shape now. KSI versus Swarmz, Milan. That fight should be happening in about an hour, I think.
Yep.
Yeah, he did look awful, Breezy. I agree. He did, but we'll see. I mean, Fousey does have a point in the sense that this is Deji's last chance, but I don't know. I mean, Deji still does have a name. He is JJ's brother, right? So he could technically just fight on every one of his brother's cards.
That is true.
I mean, really, what's stopping him? And then that's the best part about the whole YouTube boxing game is that records don't really matter all of that much.
No, that's fair. Find me in the club, Bottlefull. What a song to come out to. In the Club by 50 Cent.
You could tell, leading up to the fight when Fousey was facing Wade, was talking to Wade Concept. He was really just saying that winning or losing doesn't really matter. Just getting to this point, losing the weight, getting to the fight is and just being a part of the journey is, in fact, what actually matters. So you can really see that Fousey is embracing the moment here right now and is really getting ready for this fight against Deji. We see Logan Paul there, who was earlier today at the Arsenal game due to the fact that his drink Prime is an official sponsor of Arsenal FC. But back to what I was saying, Fousey was kind of saying, I don't really need to win or lose. Deji needs to win. Whether I win or lose, it doesn't matter. Me being a part of this journey is what counts. So, sometimes I don't really like to hear that because it's something, when it comes to a fight, it isn't enough to just show up.
Yeah, no, that's definitely not what you want to hear. It's kind of like when Trevor Lawrence first made it to the NFL and he said he didn't really care about winning a Super Bowl. It's not what you want to hear from an athlete going into a contest.
Yeah, I agree with you. But I mean, on the scale of like getting your family to financial stability versus winning a Super Bowl, I mean, a lot of folks would slide more towards the financial stability.
Yeah, but if you're a Jacksonville Jaguars fan, I'm sure that didn't make you warm and cozy.
It's not like he could have promised the Jacksonville Jaguars a fucking Super Bowl, Jack. Come on.
Yeah, but at least say it's a goal. I'm hoping we see Deji improve. He seems like a nice kid. He seems very likable. I'd love to see him, finally get a little grip on boxing, but he just looked terrible in his last couple bouts.
Yeah, specifically his last bout. He fought that TikTok kid.
Yeah, and also he's looking like he's feeling the moment.
He didn't fight Bryce Hall. He fought the other one who I actually thought had a little bit of boxing skill, but then kind of froze up in the moment. Taylor Hall.
Or is it Taylor Holder?
Taylor Holder, exactly. Taylor Hall, you still play for the New Jersey Devils?
Yes. No, he plays the Bruins.
Unbelievable, man. He's really been shipped around.
He's home now. Well, I love Taylor Hall.
Edmonton, Boston, New Jersey.
Buffalo.
Buffalo. Yeah, but he's not home. Taylor Hall's surely a Canadian boy, no?
Yeah, he played for the Windsor Spitfire in the OHL. I think this is the right fit. He wanted to be drafted by Boston in his draft year. That's why I say he's home. It's where he always wanted to play. He's loved here. His playing style fits very well in Boston.
Wow. Taylor Hall finally home at the end of his career. You love to see it.
Does Deji look nervous to you?
No, you?
I think he does. I think he's feeling the moment a bit.
Yeah, but I know that Fousey is as well.
If Deji loses this, is he done in boxing?
No, because like I said, I really don't think that records matter all that much. And as long as KSI is putting on fights, if he loses, he'll just have him fight more lower level or entry level YouTubers. And, he could just open up the card or fight on the prelims. Like realistically, I think it's absurd that some of the fights that we saw in the prelims were on the prelims. I think that Sam Hyde deserved the main card spot. And I also think Salt Poppy did.
Fair enough. I think Salt Poppy definitely deserved the main card spot. He looked good.
Maybe Salt Poppy opened up the card. I'm not sure, but I don't know. I just think that there's still plenty of room where Deji could fit on a card. At the end of the day, this is entertainment. This is YouTube boxing. I don't really think that it should come down to the records. I think it should just come down to showing that they're getting a little bit better in between each fights, but more importantly, they're doing what they have to do on the content side to, still keep their notoriety and clout. Because if they're not actually putting out content and they're losing fights, it's kind of like, all right, ciao.
That's true. So that's a fair way to look at things.
One thing that I think a lot of these YouTubers have failed to do, which is bring us on that journey and show us how they've been training for the boxing lead up, and not just using these events to then start using that as an avenue to sell tickets and build notoriety for the events. But these YouTubers have failed to give us all year round access to how it's been now creating this newfound habit in becoming a boxer.
I think Jake Paul does an okay job with that. Obviously, he could do.
I think that he could do better. I think that he shows a lot less out of like a privacy standpoint, because I always find that there's not enough Jake Paul content leading up to the fights.
A huge flurry from Deji to start the fight.
Yeah, one thing we've seen in Fousey is I believe he fought on one of the original YouTube boxing events, and he was beating the shit out of his opponent, and then I think gassed out and got embarrassed. I don't like the way he's keeping himself in a corner, though, against Deji.
No. Oh, Fousey lands a shot of his own.
This is a great fight so far. Liking what both guys are doing. Fousey's popping that jab, trying to stay calm. Deji's being more patient, pawing with the jab, shooting to the body, that straight left hand. A little bit less technical than the last fight we saw, but I think that that's necessary in order for us to get the action, Jack.
Oh, of course. I'm a little worried about Fousey here. Oh, but now he's on the warpath. And Deji does the smart thing and clinches.
Fousey is just way too stiff.
Yeah, Deji looks way different in his fighting stance, his technique, everything. Looks like a different guy.
Absolutely. And in some ways, I like the way that he's setting up his jab and being more patient than KSI does. KSI has just a hard time not only relying on his power.
Fousey is trying to use that reach, but he's just missing the mark just a bit. He's got to get a little closer. Deji getting the crowd behind him here. Oh, and I think Deji got that round.
Yeah, so do I. But I think that Fousey gave up a lot of that round due to the fact that he gave Deji so much real estate in the ring by really backing himself into a corner round after round.
Yeah, he's going to have to definitely close the gap. I mean, he's throwing that big right hand, but it's just coming up short.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Logan Paul going crazy in the front row for Deji.
Yeah, which makes sense. I mean, you know, him and KSI are boys now, so I'm sure they've all ran in the same circles. Logan Paul and Mike Malak have also collabed with the Sidemen. They recently did a kind of like a skit or a game show based on real life Tinder, and I think it did over like 25 or 30 million views.
Jesus.
Yeah, like they basically, you know, combined Mike Malak, Logan Paul's, and the Sidemen and KSI, who's a part of the Sidemen's viewership, and just built this fucking ultimate conglomerate.
It's smart to work together like that.
Well, for sure. And I mean, that was kind of behind the genius of Logan Paul wanting to team up with KSI on the Prime Hydration drink.
Yeah. Which is
which I'm interested for you to try, Jack. I'm interested for you to try it and give me the 401 on it, or the 411 as they say.
Oh, I'll definitely grab it if I see it. It's got to be sold around here somewhere.
And did you say at the bar that you work at they have Happy Dad on tap, or is it in a can?
Mostly it's in a can, but I have seen it on tap once.
Have you tried any?
I did.
What's your favorite flavor? What'd you say? You didn't like it?
No, I do like Happy Dad. You know, my favorite, I like cherry flavored everything, but I will say this about Happy Dad. I don't like lime seltzers of any brand except for the Happy Dad.
Yeah, well, Happy Dads basically taste like a Sprite that's been sitting out a little long.
Yeah, I guess so.
And I know that's a bad description because who would want a flat tasting soda? But that's my assessment.
Again, lime is definitely not my flavor of choice, but I thought the Happy Dad lime was better than any other lime.
Right.
I don't know if you had the High Noon lime, but that's one of the worst drinks of all time.
No, I only had the High Noon. I think it was peach.
Yeah, that one's a lot better.
Yeah, that one's good, but there's fruit juice in it. That's a cheat code.
That's true. Their lime is horrible, though.
Sad.
So this one's 4 rounds. So we get an extra round here too.
Yeah, I believe the next few fights, Jack, will be 4 rounds, and then maybe even KSI's will be 4 or 6. Ooh, Fousey just got fucking stunned with a left hand from Deji.
I believe KSI's main event is 3 rounds.
Wow. Are you sure about that though, Jack? Because I believe
No.
the minimum of fighting in the pros is 4 rounds, and Fousey gets dropped.
Ooh, I'm not positive. I will say I'm not positive. Yeah. Deji gets the knockdown.
And here we go, Jack. Are we going to see a KO? Am I going to get my redemption on those 2 drinks? Will I perhaps convert those 2 drinks to a lunch? I don't know. Maybe if I'm feeling froggy that day, I might make you go to one of the Devil's Lettuce stores. Who knows?
Logan Paul.
There's George, Jeff Wittick, Mike Malak. It's hilarious how George is sitting down to make himself unseen, but realistically, he loves the fact that he's in the middle of this shot.
Oh, yeah, he's making faces on purpose.
That's George Janko, the co-host of Impulsive.
Oh, yeah. You know what? Logan Paul did a great job in the WWE.
He did an absolute great job. It's nice to see someone say finally something positive about him. And also I really like the way DAZN is treating this show, Jack. I find they're really mixing up the commentary with the boxing fights like they would on a pro card, and it's making it have that real pro boxing feel.
They have done a nice job, and the production is unreal with how they've turned this venue into a.
And the camera angles as well. Some of the cards that we've seen in the past that Jake Paul has fought on, whether it's a Triller card, etc., have always brought us a different aesthetic. And I find that DAZN has really captured the proper boxing aesthetic that we usually are used to seeing.
And I liked this shot of KSI watching his brother. Oh, KSI lands a big shot. I think we're going to get a standing 8 count here. They got to stop doing that every time there's just a big punch landed.
I mean, this fight is technically. I mean, look, I'd love to, say that this fight is technically over, but I got robbed last time I said that. But this fight is technically over. There's 2 10-8s. 1 or 2 more of these happen, and Fousey is at risk of getting TKO'd.
Oh, the towel.
They threw in the towel. Wow, I didn't think he was losing that badly.
I didn't either. Deji finally gets a win.
I didn't think he lost that badly.
Wow. Yeah, I didn't think they needed to throw the towel in.
The thing is, though, is that Fousey was training out of a real pro boxing gym, and perhaps they did tell him, like, dude, I'm not going to let you get hurt in there. I'm going to take this a lot more seriously than a lot of these other YouTuber camps will. And, if you're not going to perform, I'm going to throw that towel in. And maybe that's perhaps what happened.
Yeah. I mean, it's you got to protect the fighter. It makes sense if you don't think he has any path to victory, which you said this fight's basically over. He may have agreed with you there.
Well, it absolutely was. I mean, 2 knockdowns. Come on. And Fousey really didn't show one time, except for maybe right at the beginning of the fight, that Deji had anything to worry about. Fousey really didn't show much. And, look, if this is what helped Fousey get into shape, all credit to him. But there's a difference between training and boxing and fighting in it. And you could have all the skill in the world or have the physique, but if you don't have that tenacity or that extra gear, Esben Lopez, Deji won by TKO.
Yep.
Due to the fact that Fousey's corner threw the towel in.
And now we got Faze Temper versus Slim Abaher. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right.
Yep. Look, the good thing about Deji winning is that he could now fight again, perhaps higher up on the card against better, highly ranked YouTube boxers. And Fousey losing isn't a big deal because he hasn't fought in a long while. He hasn't fought with this new physique. And, he still has a following and a notoriety where he could indeed fight again. And, one thing that people don't talk about, Jack, is when you come off a big weight loss like that and a big transformation, it takes time for your new body now to adapt. You don't just come off the couch, lose a bunch of weight, get into shape, and then all of a sudden all of your energy systems are going to fire at optimal performance. There's a little bit of a calibrating phase that needs to happen. So perhaps, if Fousey could keep off the weight a little bit longer, and then if he chooses to get back in the ring, I think that and then maybe also fights a lesser caliber opponent, he'll have more opportunity to show us what he's made of. What do you think?
Yeah, I think that's completely true. I mean, he's just got to go to the lab again. He didn't look horrible. He didn't look like he didn't belong in there. And this is a different Deji. That's the biggest difference I saw is in what Deji can do. He
Yeah.
had a completely different stance, completely different technique. It was like nothing was the same from last fight to this fight. I mean, he has improved 10,000%.
Yeah, seems to me also that perhaps him and KSI have changed coaches because he looked completely different, more relaxed, more smooth, was pawing a lot with the jab, changing levels, throwing that straight left to the body. I like that.
Thanks the crowd. They're good kids, huh? Deji and KSI.
Yeah, they are. I mean, I don't know if you saw, but Andrew Tate had some things to say about KSI yesterday.
Well, Andrew Tate's got his own skeletons in his closet. I will say that. I don't know what's true on the internet and what's not, but Andrew Tate doesn't seem like a model citizen.
Yeah, well, he definitely does give off the vibe that he wouldn't be shy to perhaps put a gun to your head. I don't know. Maybe that's a hard claim.
Yeah, he doesn't do the best job marketing himself as a very likable guy, but he gets clicks, which I think is what he's trying to do.
Listen, he's not trying. He's certainly doing, man. This guy is owning the fucking clicks, and he might single-handedly build a followership towards the app Rumble.
Yeah, I saw that he moved on over there. I don't
Well,
know
he
if
didn't
that,
really have a choice, let's just say.
yeah, he was kicked out of everything else.
Pretty much.
Wow, Deji really did some damage to his eye.
That was solid. And that was all through the jab because it's his left eye. So you could tell that it was that jab popping.
And positive message here from Fousey.
Yeah, which is similar to what I was saying before. It wasn't really before it didn't really matter to him to whether he win or lost. It was more about the journey. Barstool Sports Jack is tweeting, is Logan Paul next for Deji? What do we think about that? I don't think that'll be even close to happening.
No, that's completely unrealistic. Speaking of Barstool Sports, did you see the tweet from Spinning Back Fist last night? There was a horrible illegal spike where a guy was thrown on his head, which is completely illegal in combat sports, and they quote tweeted it with "What a takedown." Absolutely tasteless.
Spinning back fist?
Yes, absolutely disgusting tweet.
Let's
Fucking
see.
stupid. I hated seeing that. It was a completely illegal spike. I think I believe I tweeted what a dumb comment or something.
Actually, Jack, I'm gonna send you something I think even crazier that Spinning Back Fist tweeted 4 hours ago.
Oh boy. Oh boy. They are killing it lately. Oh, I did see that. I actually saw that myself, right on his Instagram, and was wondering the same thing. Yeah, that was definitely what was going on with Conor. Conor's on the Lambo yacht having a time.
Holy shit, Greg Hardy has gained weight.
Where is he fighting anywhere now?
BKFC, check your DMs.
Oh boy. Whew. Oh boy, he does not look like he's in shape.
Not at all.
He is on that retirement diet. So what, Logan Paul wouldn't be able to compete on something like this because he signed to the WWE, right?
Oh, I'm sure it's in the contract that he'll be allowed to. I mean, it would only help the WWE. They would get extra exposure. Fight Lounge is saying Deji versus Bryce Hall would be a good fight.
Deji versus Bryce Hall. Should we check in and see if Bryce would take it?
And now Jake Paul says Deji is an undefeated professional boxer.
The Eye Poke Podcast, what up? Should I text Johnny and see what he thinks about Bryce Hall versus Deji?
Who's Johnny?
He lives with Bryce.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, you should, bro. What's up, man? What's going on, Ryan? How you doing, baby?
I'm texting right now.
Anthony Pretty Boy Taylor. Deji has a more promising career than KSI. Wow, 37 seconds ago, Bryce Hall. I guess we have to run it up, Deji.
Eye Poke Podcast. What are you doing? Should come in here. So next we got Faze Temper versus Slim.
Yeah.
What is it? Slim Albahar.
Albahar. I'm looking forward to this one.
Oh, at work. All good, brother. All good. Hell yeah. Love to get you in here. So they're expecting a knockout in this next fight. 2 undefeated guys. Slim, they say Slim's more confident. Well, when you're looking to trade and you're going 2 brawlers for 2 brawlers, sometimes being more confident isn't actually the better thing.
Shit, this should be it. Wow, 6'4" for Face Temper. Well, I'm glad I chose him.
Big boy, but
that's 2 drinks for me, by the way, Jack.
Yep.
And I get to pick the bet for this one. So what am I going to choose? I'm going to choose that the loser is going to have to suck down a beverage.
Right here on stream?
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Oh, we're getting the Star Spangled Banner.
Interesting.
I'm sure the people in England don't really like what this song is about.
Why is that?
The Star Spangled Banner is about the trying to invade and the U.S. holding strong.
Okie dokie. Well, just stand up and show your respects.
Vitor Belfort fighting Hasim Rahman in October. I'm pretty excited for that.
Yeah, who do you got there, Ryan? I'm actually going with Vitor.
I'm going with Vitor. I'm going with Vitor, who has been all natural throughout his career.
Fucking right, baby.
Nothing fishy going on there. USADA, don't quote me on that.
USADA.
Adam, I'm going to go rock a piss real quick and come right back. Should I hit it?
Let's get a little 2-minute break then. I'll do the same.
Yeah, let's do it. Jake Paul with the tweet that Deji is an undefeated professional boxer. Is that technically true? I guess if the last fight wasn't professional, then he would be. He's a
Yeah, it is technically true, Jack. It is. And speaking of professional fighters, Matthew Longlaze is going to be fighting.
Yes, on Samurai 3.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Matthew Longlaze, he had a nice knockout on Front Row Fight Club 1.
The Demolition Man.
Yeah, I'm excited for Matthew Longlaze. Great guy. A1 guy.
Yeah, he's a beauty.
Faze temper refuses to smile.
He refuses to smile?
Apparently, that's what they're saying.
Good.
He's looking very serious.
Yeah, I'm glad I've chosen him. I'm glad I have chosen him so that I could watch you suck one back on the broadcast, Jackie boy.
Wow, he wants to fight KSI. Oh, and Slim has already started the taunting.
A little bit of a bow and arrow. Shot at Faze temper.
He said, "You're 6'4". All you're good for is stocking stuff on the shelves at 6'4". Slim's got some good trash talk.
Well, I mean, it's not like Slim is that short.
No, he's 6 feet.
Never seen this in ring announcer before.
No, he seems pretty professional though.
Wasn't Michael Buffer throughout the whole event?
No, he's just there at the beginning, I guess.
Guess he had a flight to catch.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's really packed in there now. Everybody's in the O2. Slim looks like he's loving the moment.
Ooh, it's going to be a good one.
Yeah, these guys actually have me pretty excited with how serious they're both taking it. Brooklyn, New York, Slim.
Tried to tell the ring announcer to say something there. I don't know what happened there.
Yeah, he did.
All right, here we
Let's
go,
go.
Jack. This should be an interesting one.
This has a better feeling than I think any card fight on the card so far.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
It's got an atmosphere around it.
Yeah, which I thought would have came with the Fousey and Deji fight, but it just didn't.
I'm excited for this one. And here we go. We're underway. Slim comes firing out of the corner. Great head movement here early from Slim.
Yeah, he's got a bit of that awkward style, but that's what you need.
Not loving the hand speed of Faze temper. We'll see, though. It's early.
Yeah, but you know what? At the same time, oh, big right hand.
Yeah, Slim landing early.
Oh, boy, this is not technical at all.
Yeah, I don't know if Slim benefits from getting in a brawl like that. I think that'll benefit Faze. I think Slim keeping his distance is where he's going to be the most comfortable. And to play the other side of it, Faze should get right in there and get down and dirty.
Well, seems like when Faze tries to let his hands go, he's not technical at all. His demeanor and his appearance certainly doesn't match his fighting skills, which is always why we love the sport of boxing and mixed martial arts, because the truth always comes out in the cage or the ring.
Exactly. Oh, It's Slim landing.
And they're brawling.
Yeah.
And it might not be technical, but it's entertaining.
I definitely expected a different Faze temper.
So did I.
Oh, big right hand from Slim. Slim's just really trying to look in a land and then clinch, it almost seems. He's getting warned here by the ref.
This just really goes to show you how far apart Jake Paul is from the rest. I mean, he would smoke both of these guys.
Oh, 100%.
It wouldn't even be close.
No, Jake Paul is miles better than these guys. Oh, big left hand from Slim. Slim's throwing wildly now. Slim's giving Faze plenty of opportunity to land that one shot.
That's the end of the first. I got to give Salim the first round.
Yeah, Slim takes that round. Pretty dramatically, but still 10-9.
Yes, exactly. Dramatically, not really always in the most positive sense, but it was a good first round.
There's definitely a path for Faze temper in here. He's just got to be patient and wait till Slim starts throwing stupid wildly.
Oof, no doubt about that.
Here we go, round two about to get underway. So unorthodox from Slim.
Completely.
And throwing and clinching like we've seen all fight long. Not the most exciting style, but it's what he's going with. Oh, a nice right hand from Slim. And he taunts Faze temper.
Love the way that Salim is pawing that jab and feinting. Oh my God. Face temper. I am so upset with this selection. Had a feeling I would get off with the Deji one, but this one, oof, this is tough. This is tough to make the co-main event. I got to be honest with you.
Yeah, I just thought Faze would be a lot more skilled.
So did I.
Oh, another nice right hand from Slim.
Slim is just so loose in there, so calm. Bouncing on the feet, hands down, nice and loose, using his reach.
Yeah, he's having fun too.
Ooh,
Nice
big
shot to the
tech left
body.
hook.
The taunting from Slim has not stopped either.
Nope, not at all. He is not shy.
Oh, Faze is rocked. Oh, Faze gets knocked down.
He's donezo.
Yep, Slim knocks him out.
Unbelievable.
Wow, the upset of the night goes down.
Furious. I don't think this is the upset of the night.
You don't think so?
No. I think that most people gave Salim less of a chance than more of a chance than I did. And I didn't even not give him a chance. I just chose against him.
The announcers were calling it the upset of the night. You think that was just in the moment, though?
It's possible. I mean, fuck, man. The way that Temper boxed, like, there's nothing he could have shown in the pre-fight workouts that could have proved that he had remotely any skill. He sucked.
He did look pretty bad.
How many folks we have in the stream?
We're dwindling now. Where is everybody? Got 5 of you in here. Main event time, everybody. Let's give this another share before the main event.
Yes, sir. Slim is 4-0, 4 knockouts, according to at Fight Lounge.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I wonder if Logan Paul is scouting out a future opponent at this event.
Could be.
Or now
I'd
that
love
he's
to see him get
fought
back
in
in
Floyd Mayweather, he's kind of surpassed the fact of having to fight a YouTuber.
Yeah, but it might be easier for him to fight a YouTuber. You might want to fight a YouTuber.
That makes sense. Which he should.
Let's get this going. Ready for this KSI fight.
Let's see what happens, man.
Yeah, we'll see. Let's get rocking for KSI.
What's that?
Let's get rocking for KSI.
Yeah, you're pumped?
I'm pretty pumped. I want to see how he does against this boxer. I don't know. He didn't impress me too much in that first fight of the night.
Dude, if this guy comes out and fucking smokes KSI, that'll be unreal.
It would be pretty crazy.
Good message.
I want to hear who he calls out. Oh, he's rhyming.
So Dunn and Corby actually did a piece for the Mirror on YouTube Boxers. Jake Paul is ranked number 1 in the rankings.
Okay. Makes sense.
Number 2 is KSI. Number 3 is Slim Aliber, who just won.
Yep. Seems.
Number 4 is Gibb. Number 5 is Alex Wasabi. Number 6 is Josh Bruckner.
You think KSI would beat Slim?
So far, no. Dad is number 7. 8 is Joel Morris. 9 is Austin McBroom. 10 is Logan Paul. Wow, Logan Paul is ranked number 10.
Wow. Below Austin McBroom?
Well, I mean, McBroom did beat Bryce Hall in a main event fight pretty handily.
Yeah, that's true. I'd like to see Bryce fight Deji.
Bryce Hall, this by far is the greatest influencer boxing event. Congrats to KSI for real.
Yeah, it's been great.
Anthony Taylor, Slim. I've been calling Slim out for over a year. I'm still here. Congrats. Wow, Anthony Taylor, man, really trying to fucking reap the benefits of this shit.
I'd like to see that. I would like to see Anthony Taylor versus Slim. Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I definitely don't think that's a ridiculous call out by any means. Yeah, we'll see what we get for matchups that come out of this card. That should be another fun thing to look forward to.
It should be a fun one.
Alex Wasabi was supposed to be on this card, correct?
Yeah, he was supposed to fight KSI in the main event, and then that fell through. Apparently, rumors have it that Jake Paul paid off Alex Wasabi not to take the fight to kind of throw a wrench in the event, perhaps. Maybe that was the case, but seemed as if that actually helped fuel the event by taking him out of it.
Yeah, it definitely actually fueled the event. The KSI fighting twice in one night and against a professional boxer before Jake does definitely fueled the event. So that
I agree.
Jake Paul did do that, it backfired big time.
I agree, and I think that's perhaps exactly why they went full steam ahead to do something like this.
So you think there's some truth to that?
There could be.
Okay.
There could be. Listen, man, you really never know what goes on behind the scenes, but at the same time, I mean, to fake a concussion, that's tough.
That's true.
That is tough indeed.
Getting some commercials before the main event. I'm ready for it to go.
I'm ready to go as well.
This card had a great pacing to it for the most part.
Very good pacing, I would say. I mean, in fact, it's actually almost ahead of schedule. We might even get 10 minutes of commercials, Jack. We might have to take an intermission because the ring walk, I believe, was supposed to happen at 5:30.
That's what I heard too. Well, we can take a little break until we see them start to move the needle here on getting this thing going, and we will be right back. So hang in there. We'll be back for the main event. And we are coming back here. We got KSI versus Luis Alcaraz.
And here we go.
Well, we might want to hit the volume down just a tad. All right. Well, Johnny says very possible on the Bryce Hall versus Deji.
Very, very cool. Sean Kelly, what's going on then? The main event is starting, baby.
Oh, so Michael Buffer's only for KSI. Only doing the 2 KSI fights.
Interesting.
And Pineda making his walk. Oh, he's got the luchador mask. Mancuso would hate it.
Why is that?
Mancuso hates masks being worn to the ring. Can't stand it.
Okay. Can't be asked with this. Put thing on. Sean, you're going to have to find a stream yourself, buddy. That's illegal. I guess you don't know the rules.
Yeah, they'll shut us down. We have the Discord there. People are always sharing links there. You can hit that if you're looking for a fight link. But we can't show you the fight here or we'll get nuked down. Because, Sean.
That's fucking illegal.
Thank you, Dana. I mean, I don't want Derek Lewis coming after me either, so.
Me and Dana White want to know who's streaming tonight.
JJ with the backstage treatment as he got in the beginning of the event. Now wearing the white robe instead of the black robe.
Yeah, he's coming out with a different robe on. I didn't even notice that. Two fights in one night. And fighting a professional boxer before Jake Paul.
Who do you reckon will win? Jack has taken Luis Pineda, and I've got KSI.
The bet is on. Although you still got to gas your drink.
Thought you forgot about that. I'll be right back.
He's going to go grab the Happy Dad probably.
And I'm back. Fuck.
I got quite a bet to put on the line for this one, I think.
What's
the
that?
the loser of this has to drink a Smirnoff Ice in the cage post-event in Toronto. You got to get on a knee and drink a Smirnoff Ice.
Yeah. Okay. Sean wants 10K.
Everyone's picking KSI. He didn't look good in that first fight, though. He got the Happy Dad. Look at that production value. They made this a real boxing event. I will say that.
Very similar to like how Tyson Fury walked out against Dillian Wayne. Half the stadium, though.
Yeah. I mean, it's not going to be Tyson Fury. Influencer boxing is very new. The fact that they're already here is crazy. There you go.
Yes, sir. Happy dad in full effect.
Wow. KSI being wrapped into the ring.
Well, that was gonna happen. I mean, this is usually one of the traits of happening things that go on in pro boxing events, which is the rappers walking out the lads.
Yep.
Do I reckon Steve will get his YouTube channel back? I do, but you know what, Sean? What I'm confused about is that Steve was having his videos audited and watched by YouTube before they were posted after some of his warnings. So I'm wondering if his auditor fucked him and basically turned a blind eye to some of the content that would get him removed, or did he in fact stop sending his content to that auditor and that's why they pulled him? Eddie Rodriguez, Luis is about to get wrecked. Shout out to Eddie, who's been a part of the stream for, I believe the entire event. So shout out to Eddie. Hope you've subscribed to Tarp Soft Sports. Hopefully you'll subscribe to AC Radio as well. And let's get this main event underway.
Shout out Eddie.
Fast Eddie.
I think we're going to look to see how Lewis looks very early in this one. But he does have 2 wins under his belt.
He does indeed. He's 2-5, and a couple of the lads were saying that he's no slouch, but I don't know. We'll see.
I think this is definitely going to be a tougher matchup than Swarmz was.
I agree. I don't even think this is going to be close.
I don't know if we'll need the judges in this one. Michael Buffer bringing us into the main event. Getting the crowd all fired up.
Let's get ready to rumble, ladies and gentlemen.
With RBC My Advisor, take control of reaching your dreams with our interactive planning tools. See the potential impact.
Pineda looks fired up.
Oh, yeah. I mean, look, dude, for a 2-5 boxer from Mexico, he clearly understands how fucking big this opportunity is, man. Come on.
He's never been more famous than he is right now.
Pretty much. And to be honest, the good thing about this opportunity is that should Luis lose, he'll be brought back probably for further more opportunities, as we've seen, similar to perhaps like an Anthony Taylor situation. So it's almost like he could fucking make a whole career off of this now.
And if he wins, I bet you Jake Paul's going to be barking right up that tree.
Yeah, that would be true. But Jake Paul's next opponent is in fact signed. Announcement is coming soon.
Oh, I wonder who it is. You got any inkling?
Well, I put out a reel today on my AC Radio page on Instagram. I don't even know if you have Instagram, but yeah, Jake Paul's dropping a 185. Probably eventually going to look to move to light heavyweight.
Oh, there we go. I do have an Instagram. I don't use it very often. I'm usually on the Front Row Fight Club Instagram more than anything. But I do have one. I use it every now and then, very
Cool.
sparingly.
And here we go.
I thought I would have followed AC Radio. If not, that was just a mistake. Ooh. Well, I hadn't touched my TV in a while, so of course it just timed out for the main event. Naturally.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
Wow.
Pineda's calling for the back of the head. This is not good because he already looks like shit in there. And if this isn't an emphatic knockout for KSI and Pineda just refuses to get up from a weird unorthodox shot, this is going to be a pretty anticlimactic way to end this big event.
Oh, he's going. Oh, my God. KSI drops him and is saying it's back of the head again.
Yeah, but like
dropped him twice.
Pineda doesn't even look like he could fucking throw a punch.
Wow.
Really feeding into Logan Paul in this event, eh, Jack?
Yeah, they really love giving Logan Paul the spotlight. KSI looks like he's going to win this one. This might be.
Because I'm wondering is a sneak peek of perhaps what we're going to see next. And, you know, it would really shock me if Logan Paul would actually be fighting on the Misfits banner versus the most valuable promotions, which is his brother's Jake Paul's. What do you think is a higher possibility, Jack?
I think
fighting under KSI's banner or Jake Paul's?
I think Jake Paul's still. KSI did hit him in the back of the head a couple times there, though. Although some of these that Pineda's been asking for are not back of the head shots as well.
For sure. And when you're dipping your head in a weird manner, then it's bound to happen. But my problem with KSI is that he doesn't fight with enough patience. I mean, we saw against Jake Paul versus Tyron Woodley 1, even though that was the first time they fought, he was still able to hone in his jab and really just circle and jab for the majority of the fight. And JJ is just not able to do that. He just comes in guns blazing and just cuts too much distance. But Pineda is complaining way too much. This is ruining the fight.
It's absurd. It's kind of turning into a joke. Just fight, kid.
No, this is a complete embarrassment.
And now he's just wasting time. We're going to have the last 30 seconds of the round be Pineda fighting with the referee.
The commentary is not happy with Pineda. True Geordie, who doesn't have much boxing experience, but did try his hand in the boxing training, is definitely putting down Pineda right now. And you know what? I don't really blame him because he's getting no offense going whatsoever.
The corner's got to tell him he's got to stop complaining.
We need the instant replay team to do a good job right now to prove to us that KSI hasn't been committing those fouls.
Well, he did definitely on one of those. One of those was really bad to the back of the head.
For sure, but I mean, he complained about 10 times, Jack. So,
and I only saw one.
Exactly. So, you know, we're going to have to see there we go.
Yep, that's a back of the head.
Okay, the back of the head there on the second one, I don't like when he dropped. The first one I don't mind because he was kind of turning his body, but I didn't like the second one when he fell. No, the kidney shot. I mean, the fact that he would even complain about that is absurd. That one, that was behind the head, but again, it's kind of in a way that Pineda is showing his body to KSI. It's making it a bit tougher for him to land. Okay, he's getting a warning. Good. I like to see KSI getting a warning, Jack, because, this event is built around him. So if you don't see the guy whose event is built around get a warning, you might get a little fishy,
Yeah.
And some folks on Twitter were saying, I can't believe I'm about to spend 7 hours watching fixed fights. What do you think about that statement?
I don't think any of these fights have been fixed, to be honest.
Me neither.
They don't look it.
Me neither. And there are betting apps that are allowing bets on this. So I don't think fans understand that you quite simply cannot have fixed fights and bet on them. That is completely illegal.
You can fix it in a way where you can match them unevenly, but I don't think that's been the case tonight either.
Sure. Or something similar to the Paul Crew longest yard bid in the movie where, you could be paid for an inside job work, but oh man, Pineda, can you believe that he's had 7 fights? Like, does this look like a guy who's fought 7 times, for fuck's sakes?
No, it does not. And now
God,
he's just sitting on his
pissed
butt.
me off. Like, they should have put Keith Carson in versus KSI.
Yeah. Oh, that's definitely the back of the head. Oh.
No, that was in the right spot.
Okay. Yeah, no one else is saying anything, so I think I was mistaken. Oh, he's just put his track shoes on.
Yeah, and he's completely circling towards the power hand. Could you believe that in a way Swarmz put on a better performance?
I'm shocked. Oh, Pineda's hurt.
This is such good firepower for Jake Paul, though. This is what Jake Paul needed after such a great event put on by KSI. And that was, in fact, for KSI to get in there and have a main event fight against an absolute scrub. This was the one W that Jake Paul really needed because KSI seemed to get a few Ws over Jake Paul recently, as we spoke about before.
Yeah.
Oh, God, this fight is a fucking embarrassment.
Oh, big shot to the body.
It's crazy how there are some guys on this card that could literally look at KSI and go, dude, you did not even have close to a matchup that I've had.
Yeah, and he fought twice. Probably the 2 easiest opponents on the card, I'd say.
Dude, seriously, you're absolutely right, Jack.
KSI cannot.
This really bothers me, Jack. I got to be honest with you. This really bothers me.
KSI can't be happy with the performance that Pineda has.
I'm not impressed by KSI at all. I mean, the fact that he's ranked second in the influencer boxing game is purely built off of his clout and his stardom. I mean, I think that Logan Paul put on a better performance against Floyd Mayweather than this.
Oh, he certainly did.
But at least this is a more fairly even matchup. But I don't know what weight this fight is at. But if you think that Pineda is weighing the same size as KSI, you're out of your fucking mind.
Pineda looks a lot smaller. And KSI drops him right at the beginning of the round 3. I think Deji would have beaten this guy.
Oh, guaranteed. Deji would have murked this guy. Dude, Salt Poppy would have obliterated this guy.
Uppercut. You can't say that was the back of the head. It's an uppercut to the chin, bud. I think Pineda ruined his chance at coming back. And KSI wins it. That put a salty taste in my mouth at the end of the card. It kind of, I don't want to say it ruined what was a great event, but it might have.
That was absolutely embarrassing. And Jake Paul has tweeted Nate Robinson would beat KSI.
He might.
Nate Robinson ain't coming back to boxing.
Hey, could be some money in it for him if he's fighting KSI.
Wow. That was absolutely sad.
And Pineda's still complaining. KSI leveling up, the announcers say. I don't know about that. Jake Paul would have actually hurt that guy. All right. Well, we've been here for just shy of 4 hours. Thank you for everybody in the chat. Eddie, shout out. You were rocking with us for almost all 4 hours. Sean, thanks for coming through. Everybody, thank you for coming out and supporting. If you're on YouTube, make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you're on Facebook, make sure you give us a follow. Also, follow Adam's channel there at AC Radio on Instagram and everything else that's good. Thank you, everybody, and have a wonderful rest of your night.
Take care, Jack. Always a pleasure working alongside you. Can't wait for November 17th, buddy. Looking forward to seeing you. And lunch and drinks, baby.
Let's do it. Bang.
Let's go, man. Thanks, dude.